be honest. Not the open video, but get the open.
Okay, well, we need to probably got 15 minutes to go.
All right, I'll be open video right now.
Krogan keeping it himself across the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. That's a tight end wide open over the middle. There's the catch and the touchdown. Good afternoon and welcome to Pittsburg High School. It's opening season tournament time as the Dragons play host to the Shawnee Mission North Bison. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me Michael Kissel, and the Dragon girls coming off a 12-point win last night against Joplin, trying to keep it rolling tonight against a 6A opponent. I believe they're 6A out of the Kansas City metro area, and Dragons won by 12 last night, hoping for a similar result here this afternoon in their own tournament here in Pittsburgh. The boys fell last night. We'll talk about that later. And they're looking for their first win of the season. Also going to play Shawnee Mission North directly following this girls game here today. And yeah, that's the scene. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back, we'll fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, get you your starters as we get closer to the opening tip here in Pittsburgh. The Dragons and the Bison coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check out ckt.net. All right, time to fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CNB has the tools you need with the service you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. Well, the Pittsburgh community is the home of a lot of basketball action this weekend. The Dragon girls picked up their first win of the season, 43-31 over the Joplin Eagles last night. And the boys dropped the nightcap to Joplin, 59-40. So they're still looking for their first win of the season. Shawnee Mission North's girls, they have one win on the season. A 45-25 win over Wyandotte, so a big 30-point win for them, and I think they're going to have a much tougher test here tonight against these Dragon girls based on what we saw last week. And let me bring in Michael Kissel. Michael, last night we saw a very active Dragon defense, a lot of full court pressure, a very physical team, and I think that Shawnee Mission North is going to have to come out of the gates taking good care of the basketball if they want to have a shot for this one.
You know, they for sure got to punch Pittsburgh across the mouth. They want to get out ahead early here because that Pitt State defense we were talking about, they brought the press out yesterday, and that gave the Joplin Eagles a really hard time last night. And we were talking about it before we went live. It's really early on. When you press, you're normally going to succeed because those teams don't have a lot of practice under their belt. They haven't really prepared for all the scenarios in the game just yet. Most times that being pressed early on in the season. So Pittsburgh's kind of using that to their advantage, and they're going to most likely do it again today. We're going to hope they can catch Shawnee off guard.
Yeah, it's just that kind of drag race mentality of the season. You start out pedal to the metal, and these Dragon girls really brought the defensive pressure last night. And the only thing really slowed them down was some foul trouble, and we'll have to keep an eye on that tonight. Hopefully Mackenzie English can keep herself out of foul trouble because she was a real force for the Dragons when she was on the floor last night. 12 points in that first half. And then the second half when she was limited by fouls, just one field goal for the entire half. But by then the Dragons in the driver's seat. And Anna Jorge able to do a lot of good work under the basket. And just the Dragons' aggressiveness defensively as a team really took its toll on Joplin last night. Adelie Gober was fearless going to the bucket, and just a lot of effort last night by the Dragons. Hope they can keep that up here. A really quick turnaround between last night's game and then today's game, which starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully these girls stretched out, drank a bunch of water last night, and are going to be ready to go today. Shawnee Mission North 1-0 this season. Last year their overall record 6-15, and what's strange about that, I talked to you about it before the game, Michael, is that they were 5-6 on the road. Not a bad road record, just 1-8 at home. Woof. Like, I don't know that playing in front of the parents or what the deal is, but they did better on the road last year, and so that's kind of a heads up for the Dragons because this is a better road team than they are a home team.
For sure. Yeah, they need to look out. They don't want to get surprised by a team. They're coming off a 30-point victory. They dropped 55 points in 24 minutes of basketball and held their opponent to only 25. So they're coming off a pretty strong win. Pittsburgh, they got to be disciplined like they were yesterday. Stay out of foul trouble so you can have your stars on the floor like, what's her name? English. So, excuse me. If English can stay on the floor all 24 minutes, this Pittsburgh team has a lot better chance.
Yeah. And so the Dragons 1-0 on this year so far. Last year, 9-8 on the season, 7-5 in the SEK League, and this season doesn't start out with any patsies. You look at their schedule, and you got some pretty good squads on there for the Dragons this year, and it doesn't get any easier. They got Shawnee Mission North today, and then again the final game of this tournament will be Tuesday night when both the Dragon girls and boys will take on Webb City, their rival from across the state line. And Michael, you went to Neosho. You're familiar with Webb City. Any win against the Cardinals is a good win. And so the Dragons are going to have their work cut out for them on Tuesday, but you want to take care of business here tonight. And for the girls and the boys especially, you want to clean up some of the problems you had from last night. And the coaches, not a lot of time to turn it around, but with high school kids, a lot of times they don't need a lot of time, and each game is its own thing. And so hopefully the boys come out tonight with a little bit crisper execution on the offensive end. The effort was there all night defensively. They just got to execute on the other end of the floor, and they'll be fine. Well, I think we'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk starting lineups because we're only about 6 minutes away from tip-off here in Pittsburgh. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
And welcome back to Pittsburg High School. Getting set for tonight's matchup between the Purple Dragons and the Bison of Shawnee Mission North out of the Kansas City metro area, in case some of you live in a cave and don't know where Shawnee Mission is. But the Dragons girls won their first game of the season last night, 12-point victory over Joplin, and looking to keep that rolling here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. Our starting lineups brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh on the corner of 4th and Joplin since 1948, with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, those guys will align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230. All right. So tonight, for the Purple Dragons, they'll have the same starting five as last night. They'll start number 2, senior Odessa Reed. No, that's not right. Hold on. Let's just give you Shawnee Mission North starting lineups first. They will start number 1, senior Haley Weineke. Number 2, junior Amaya T. Number 5, senior Tamaya Washington. Number 10, junior Ray Haywood. And number 33, senior Ella Wilson. For the Purple Dragons, they'll start number 4, Ona Jorge. Number 11, Sophia Hertrick. Number 30, Mackenzie English. Number 21, Angie Miller, and number 10, Adelie Gober. And we're about a minute and a half away from the opening tip. I never know if they're going to do the national anthem before the girls' game or before the boys' game. We're just flying by the seat of our pants, and we're just going to roll with it, whatever happens.
Why not?
And I spoke to the gentleman, terrible with names, who's going to sing our national anthem. A little bit nervous. I proposed my idea that we select a random member of the crowd to sing the national anthem, and I think it's a great idea. Nobody ever goes for it. It might affect attendance if you thought, hey, there's a 1 in 500 chance they're going to call my name to sing the national anthem. I might just watch Pittsburgh Sports Live and stay home. I don't know. But, yeah, it looks like we're just going to roll right into the starting lineups for tonight's game and have the national anthem prior to the boys' game. And for those of you who you didn't tune in last night, our girls' post-game show rolls right into our boys' pregame show. It's kind of a fluid affair there. And then The boys are set to tip off today at around 2:30. Depending on when this game ends, they'll have the 20-minute warm-up period in between. Looks like we've got a lot of Dragon alumni.
Mm-hmm. It sure does.
Class of 79. I bet those classes from the late 70s got some stories to tell, you know?
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty wild time. Class of 80, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get started this afternoon, we have a special presentation. This year's basketball season marks a special milestone in Pittsburg High School sports. Today we're celebrating 50 years of girls basketball and honoring the inaugural team and its coach. The year was 1975, and almost 6 decades have passed since VHS Sports sported a girls basketball team. The early day team, which played a half-court game, was disbanded in 1917. Thanks to renewed interest in female sports, Title IX legislation, and a determined physical education teacher named Joanne Newsom, PHS once again offered girls the opportunity to play. Newsom was hired as head coach. Members of the 75-76 team were Linda K. Baker, Andrea Trinkland, Linda L. Baker, Deborah Chambers, Dorothy Gardner, Kay Heron, Jeremy Johnson, Janice Scott, Barbara Burgett, Shelley Garrison, Judy Jo Martin, Kathy Sanders, and Karen Stice. There were challenges that first season. Only 13 girls tried out. It was foot-court basketball that required stamina and skill. Coach Newsom focused on teaching her players fundamentals of the game. They tried hard but recorded only 3 wins. Coach Newsom continued to teach, encourage, and run plays and conditioning drills until a strong team was formed. The very next season, she led the Purple Dragons to a 17-4 record. They earned the 4A Sub-State Championship and a trip to the 1977 state basketball tournament in Wichita. Newsom coached in PHS and looking back over the past 50 years, team members are in awe of the advancements of athletic skills and interest in girls basketball. They would like the late Coach Newsom to be remembered as a champion of girls sports and fearless leader who showed them the way. Most of all, this historic team appreciates having the opportunity to pass the torch to new generations of eager basketball players. Please welcome members of the 75-76 Purple Dragons girls team as they take the basketball court one more time, joined by star players from succeeding years as they proudly pass the basketball torch to your 25-26 team.
Well, there you go. That solved the mystery. These are members of the original women's basketball team here at Pittsburg High School.
It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's a real cool story. And, you know, it's a testament to their will and hard work. As it's hard to be the first at anything.
That's for sure.
And these women broke some barriers, and it's worth remembering.
That's a pretty cool little thing to do.
Passed the ball off to Mackenzie English, and she shot a layup down on the east end of the court. But hey, at least you made it. You know, I mean,
yeah, didn't miss it.
Not that it's an opportunity you don't want to brick it. You know,
especially after last night.
Yeah,
you know,
Mackenzie came through. Yeah.
Looks like they did the layup lines.
Yeah,
they did those.
Yeah. And the Dragons the girls had a 12-point win last night against Joplin, and early in that first half, if you were watching, you know, they missed several layups, and that lead could have just been goofy at halftime.
I think that game could have been a lot more towards Pittsburgh's favor.
If they would have hit some of those shots early, this game would have got completely out of hand. But mercifully, they missed them and kind of kept it a game for a little bit. But
they were just being nice.
Pull away in the second half, and then once a bunch of the younger players got out on the floor, Joplin able to close the gap a little bit, but the Dragons held them off for a 12-point win, 1-0 on the season. Now trying to make it 2-0 here tonight against Shawnee Mission North.
And spectators can and are expected to assist in the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship. Ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high
Loud.
Fair, clean, and wholesome competition. Good luck to both teams.
Yep.
At this time, we ask you please stand as we take time to honor our nation while playing the national anthem.
We are doing
Okay,
national
we're doing the
anthem.
national anthem now. Okay. See, this is what I mean. We just
Never
read
know.
and react like a good free safety. Here we go.
What's so brightly revealed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose cross stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. And rockets red bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, the gentleman who told me he was singing the national anthem has a beautiful voice. And I'd say a tremendous falsetto range.
Well, she really displayed it right there.
All right. Can't believe everything you hear, you know?
That's for sure. Everything you see as well.
Yeah.
Starting Shawnee Mission North Bison, number 1, Haley Weaver. For the Pittsburg Dragons, number 2, Odessa Reed. The Shawnee Mission North Bison, number 2, Maya T. For your Pittsburg Dragons, number 4, Anna Howard. Go ahead. For your Shawnee Mission North Bison, number 5, Tamaya Washington. For your Pittsburg Dragons, number 10, Adeline Gobert. Shawnee Mission North Bison, number 10, Ray Haywood. For your Pittsburg Dragons, Sophia Cooktree. For your Shawnee Mission North Bison, number 33, Ella Wilson. For your Pittsburg Dragons, number 30, Mackenzie English.
All right, that's our starting lineups, getting set for the opening tip tonight. Our opening tip brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling and leveling. Call B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. And the opening tip, a bit of a mess. It's going to be handled by Haley Weineke. This is Amanda T with it on the wing. Over to Ray Haywood. Her shot no good, but it's going to be last touched by Ana Jorge. Tried to save it in bounds, but I think she had a toe on the line over there on the sideline. This is Tamaya Washington inbounding for Shawnee Mission North. Gets it into Weineke. Now back to Washington. Up top to Haywood. Now T with it. On the wing, needs help. Her pass picked off by Odessa Reed. Gober will bring it up the floor for the Dragons. Gives it up to Mackenzie English. Twisting her way into the lane. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Bison, pushing it up the floor. Now Washington with it. She'll give it up to Haywood. T with it on the wing, looking for help, picks up her dribble. She needs help, has it poked away. Reed got a hand on it. Jorge comes away with it, but it ends up in the hands of the Bison. That was a kick ball, but no call. I guess it doesn't matter if the offense does it. Weineke with it. T swinging around to Haywood, being guarded by English. Haywood passes it off to Weineke through the legs of T, out of bounds, and that'll turn it over.
Well, not a full court press, but that pressure they have in that man-to-man on the half court still
relentless
suffocating.
pressure no matter where it's coming from. And they got a push foul on the outside. They're going to whistle Haley Weineke with this one. English driving in, her shot on the way, short of the mark, gets her own rebound off the glass, and it rattles in. Dragons out to an early 2-0 lead, 6 minutes to play first quarter. There's a foul over on the far side. They're gonna get Jorge with that one. That's her first, and she certainly got her money's worth on it.
Yeah, Jorge, she's so important to this press, so I'd like to see her be more careful and cautious when it comes to gambling fouling.
They had a moment to stop for a, I think a record-keeping break there. Swing it around, T with it, gives it up to Haywood. Her shot no good. Reed with the rebound, has it poked away. Now Gober will bring it up the floor for the Dragons. Over to English, long three-pointer on the way from McKenzie, off the front iron. No good, rebound comes down to Tamaya Washington, quickly ahead as the Dragons get beat down the floor, but the layup no good for T. And now Pittsburg coming back the other way. Here's Hertrich. And she's going to be called for an offensive foul because she pushed off with the forearm, which normally you don't see that called a whole lot, but calling it pretty tight here early on.
Yeah, they're not letting much fly by early on here.
Last night, that was not a foul. Weineke bringing up the floor for Shawnee Mission North. Going to give it up to Haywood. Her pass tipped away by Jorge, but it will stay with the Bison.
Shocker.
Trying to get it to Washington.
Jorge does such a good job of taking her hands to the ball and forcing havoc on this defense.
And Hartridge in there after the pass. It's like somebody rubbed butter all over the ball tonight. And Reed comes away with it for the Dragons. Over to Jorge. She's working baseline against Washington and stepped on the end line, and that'll turn it over. So a couple early turnovers for the Dragons.
This is kind of what we saw last night on offense. Pittsburgh would shoot themselves in the foot. They have so many opportunities, and they're kind of just squandering them. They're not even getting a shot up before the ball gets turned over.
Here comes Weineke with it. Gober picks her up out near the logo. She wanted the three, tries to pass it off to Washington. Jorge again gets a hand on it, and she's going to shadow, it looks like, Washington wherever she's going. The Dragons playing a tough man-to-man defense. Jorge lost it, gives it up to Hertrich. Into the lane, off the glass, and no good. Rebound by Reed, and she's fouled on the putback.
I mean, you're going kind of singling out Jorge and being so good at taking her hands to the ball, but right now it seems like every single Dragon is doing such a good job at intercepting and jumping those passing lanes.
Well, you whistle Weineke with the foul. That's her second team foul on the Bison as Reed hits the first free throw. That's a good sign for the Dragons when they're hitting free throws. And she drains them both. Dragons out to a 4-0 lead. 4:43 to play first quarter. We apologize for not having a scoreboard for you. It's early in the season for us too. We'll get it worked out. I'll try and give you time and score as often as I can as the game goes along. Dragons with the defensive rebound. Back now on the offensive end. Mackenzie English handling at the top of the key. Hits Reed at the elbow, back out to Hertrich. Now baseline to Jorge. Middle of the lane for English, and her shot is good. 4 points here early from Mackenzie English. Dragons up 6-0. There's a full court press and a quick turnover. Jorge with it, top of the key. Over to Hertrich on the wing, down low to English. And one too many passes as she was trying to get it to Gober, but the Bison come away with it. Shot from Washington, way out past the three-point line, no good. Rebound Reed. Now the Dragons have it again offensively, pushing up the floor to Gober. Working against Amaya T. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to T. And now back the other way come the Bison. Washington with it on the wing, swings it over. Shot on the way is good for Melina Dolezal. And we have a equipment issue as Amaya Reed had to tie her shoe, and she'll take a seat. And Angie Miller into the game for the first time tonight for the Dragons. Get ahead to Jorge. She had a lot of space. Kicks it over. Miller's going to try a three and drains it. Outside shots falling here early for the Dragons. They lead it 9-3. 3:12 left to play. Washington almost lost the dribble. Gets it back. Picked up in a trap. T's shot no good, but somehow it ends up back in her hands. And the Dragons, about 3 white jerseys had a shot at that one, and it ended up back in the hands of T. And like I said, it's like the butter on the ball tonight for the Dragons. Not a good pass from Jorge. Way too many red jerseys in there. And quickly back the other way come the Bison. They'll get up and down the floor. They're not making a lot of shots, but not for a lack of running. And we're going to get a held ball called there, and it's going to be Dragon basketball by way of the possession arrow. And Coach Gegg wants to talk it over with her team as well, there's been some good stuff and there's been some bad stuff. It's an early season game. Dragons leading at 9-5, 2:40 left to play first quarter. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from...
And we're back. Dragons with the ball coming out of the timeout. English gets it into Gober. Now back to English. Ahead to Jorge. Can't handle the pass. And the Dragons passing and catching has been the real issue for them tonight.
They've done such a good job of forcing other teams to struggle in that area, but right now they're doing it to themselves as well.
I mean, they're shooting the ball well. They're defending lights out. The passing, woof, has not been good here to start tonight. Bison with it now. Washington with it. She'll get it over to Dolezal. Now T with it. Back to Washington. Driving baseline. And we're going to get a kick ball against Dragons. It'll stay with Shawnee Mission North. Pittsburgh's defense using every part of the body to slow down this Bison offense. They've done a pretty good job so far tonight. Haywood with it. She gets tied up at the free throw line. It'll stay with the Bison. And they'll inbound from the baseline. Dragons leading at 9-5, 2:14 to play first quarter. And again, we apologize for not having the scoreboard up for you. We'll get that corrected hopefully by Tuesday when the Dragons play host to Webb City. Dolezal with it. Passes it over to Ella Wilson. She'll get it outside. Shot on the way, no good for Weineke. And Jorge comes away with it for the Dragons. Jorge almost lost the dribble, gets it back. Now Miller with it, gives it up to English. She thought about a three, now kicks it back over to Miller, into the lane, runner off the glass, no good. Fighting for the rebound, it comes away to Reed. Now English with it, almost lost the dribble again, out to Hertridge. She drives baseline, now gets it to English, and she is mugged down low. And she might want to make sure she's still got her wallet. But she'll head to the line to shoot two. See who they whistled that on. Dolezal, and that's going to be her first.
I feel like when Pittsburgh can get the ball down to English in the paint,
good things happen.
Great things are going to happen. She's going to get fouled or the shot's going to go in, it feels like.
First shot good.
And when she gets fouled, you're still getting 2 points because she's a phenomenal free throw shooter as well.
Hey, don't jinx her, bud.
Oh, you're right. Can't forget about that. We did it last night, didn't we?
The announcer jinx is so real. It's one of the realest things out there.
Miss it.
And English hits them both.
There we go.
Despite the jinx. English got a hand on the inbound pass, but it will stay with the Bison. Point of parliamentary procedure, I don't think the inbounder can dribble the ball out of bounds. But Washington driving to the basket a little bit out of control, gets bailed out by the foul call because there was contact because she literally ran into Odessa Reed.
Full steam ahead.
And Reed's going to get the blocking foul. Washington's a little worse for wear after that one. Trying to walk it off. It's just it was called on the floor. Third team foul on the Dragons. Both teams with 3 right now. And get it in to T. Back up to Dolezal, top of the key. Now Washington with it. Being guarded by English, trying to work off a screen. She will. Shoots the 3 off the mark. Rebound, Hertridge. And here come the Dragons. Hertridge gives it up out of a double team to English. Now McKenzie calling for a screen. Kicks it over to Reed. Puts it on the floor into the lane and lost it out of bounds. But I think there was a hand on it. It'll stay with the Dragons.
Like we saw last night, they really embrace contact and they're driving to the paint, so they don't mind this much environment. They're going to, and hope, they'll make it, get to the free throw line.
Yep. Miller to inbound, gets it into Reed, off the glass, it's good. First field goal of the night
by Reed there.
First field goal of the night for Odessa Reed. She's got 4 points. Dragons lead it 13-5. Washington down the lane, tries to dish to T. And out of bounds, it'll be Dragon ball because T got a finger on it when she was trying to chase it down. And it'll stay with Dragons. Shawnee Mission North bringing some full court pressure. See how the Dragons, they can break it. Miller to inbound, not a lot of motion off the ball, but she gets it into Jorge, who out-battles Washington for it. Ahead to Hertridge, her layup, no good off the side of the iron. And Reed stuck with it, pokes it out of bounds, so no transition opportunity for the Bison. Poked it away from Ella Wilson. Now Wilson will sit, and Ray Haywood back into the game for Shawnee Mission North. Weineke with it, gets it ahead to Haywood. Driving off the glass, scoop layup is good. First field goal for Haywood. A lot of contact coming down the floor away from the ball. Reed, her shot partially blocked by Washington, but she's going to be whistled for the foul and walks to her spot on the lane in utter disbelief.
There was quite a bit of contact in that play. I'm not sure what happened in the far corner, but I thought there was going to be a whistle after that.
Like a 10-car pileup going on out there. And Reed off the back iron with the first free throw. She's 2 for 3 from the stripe. Second shot, high arcing shot is good. Reed 3 for 4 from the line. She's got 5 points tonight. Dragons up by 7. Heineke. Shot on the way, no good. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Dragons lead it by a touchdown. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back. Dragons, after a quarter of action, lead it 14-7 over the Shawnee Mission North Bison. And Dragons, we were talking during the break, doing a great job of stymieing the Bison offense. And then on the offensive end of the floor, the Dragons, if they can get it down low, they're going to draw a lot of fouls because there's a lot of hacking at the ball down around the waist level by Shawnee Mission North. And defensively, that's going to draw the whistle almost every time. English with it, gives it up to Hertrich on the wing. She's going to drive down the lane, kicks back out to Gober, going to take a three and nails it. Natalie Gober, big three-point bucket. Dragons up by 10. Now here comes Haywood down the lane. She's going to pick up a blocking foul against the Dragons. And it looks like they're going to get Hertrich with this one. Yep. And that's Sophia's second personal. So got to be careful if you're Hertrich for the rest of this first quarter and you see Coach Gegg as Miller at the scorer's table getting ready to check into the game after this first free throw. Weineke hits it. And that's her first point of the night. And Miller checks in. Hertrich sits down, and a little bit of coaching about how to not pick up a blocking foul from Coach Gegg. Second shot no good. Rebound Mackenzie English. And here come the Dragons back the other way. Gober with it. One-handed baseball pass over to Jorge, who will kick it back out to Gober. She'll take the three again. In and out with that one. But the rebound poked away. Comes away to English. Down to Reed. She's fouled. And we'll head to the line. That foul's going to be on Washington.
Did again, another great job by the Dragons getting the ball down low and forcing Shawnee to foul them.
There's that foul. And Washington has two. First team foul for the Bison here in this second quarter. Both teams with one. Reed at the line to shoot two. First shot no good off the back iron. Second shot off the back iron again, no good. So 0 for 2 from the line that time for Reed. And a long outlet pass ahead. The layup no good. Rebound English. And she's going to handle it up the floor for the Dragons. Gets it ahead to Reed. Nice pass to find Miller. As she's fouled, no whistle. Reed's put back, no good. Second attempt, hits it. Odessa Reed, 6 points. And the Dragons lead it by 11. calling her Haywood with it. Driving down the lane. and she's going to pick up a foul on English, who got her with the body. And be straight up with that one. And you, at some point in time, got to set your feet if you're going to defend that play or just let it go, because they haven't been great at the layups tonight. And so you kind of bail them out when you send them to the line. And missed the first, did Haywood. She's got 2 points tonight. Second shot off the mark. And English tracks down the rebound, but nobody was looking for the ball. And it's taken away by Washington, who streaks down the lane. She's picks up a foul, and all Gober did was watch her go by and got whistled for the foul. If it's on 10, okay.
The referee just didn't like how she was looking at her.
Yeah, it's just a nasty look she gave her as she went by. First personal for Gober.
Doesn't belong in the game,
Washington's
I guess.
first free throw is good.
And I guess that's what Pittsburgh's got to be careful about. Don't give them any more opportunities than they deserve, right?
Make them shoot that layup, because they haven't made any. Second shot from Washington rattles in. Gober with it, gives it back to Miller, working against the full court press of the Bison. Gober with it, long pass cross court to Elkamil, and her pass inside intended for Reed, poked away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. 27 seconds left on the shot clock. 6:21 to play first half. Dragons leading it 19-10, but the Bison shown some fight here in this second quarter. They get it into Reed off the glass, and it's good. Odessa Reed having a real nice first half for Pittsburgh High.
Great job of sealing off her defender in this inbound plays, giving herself that space to make that layup.
Washington bringing it up the floor against Elkamil, who almost picked her pocket. Now she'll cross over, passes into the corner to Weineke, who had a hard time with the pass. Now driving inside, layup no good. There you go, let him shoot it. And Gober comes away with it for the Dragon. 11-point lead for Pittsburgh. Gober picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Reed at the top of the key. She'll put it on the floor, into the lane. Shot on the way, a little bit wild. No good, but gets her own rebound, kicks it to Gober. Her shot no good. Now Reed with the rebound. Out top to Miller, who has it poked away, and it'll stay with the purple and white.
Yeah, I think the game plan, like we mentioned earlier, just keep the ball in the paint. We've seen them have the height advantage down low. We're winning the rebounds offensively as well, so I think if Pittsburgh can keep finding that ball down low, the success will continue to pile on.
Ava Burness checks into the game for the Bison. Oh, that inbound pass tipped away, but Elkamil comes away with it. Her shot is good. That's the first bucket for Kendall Elkamil.
Great heads-up play by her.
Gives the Dragons a 13-point lead. Haywood with it, guarded by Elkamil. She'll kick it into the corner to T. Her shot on the way, no good. Rebound comes right down to Miller, who pushes up the floor and is cut off by Washington. Over to Elkamil, three-point line, shot on the way, too strong. Gets her own rebound, gets clobbered, but manages to come up with it. Over to Jorge, her shot on the way, rattles in for two. First field goal of the night for Ana Jorge. Dragons up by 16, 26-10. Under 5 minutes to play first half. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, comes down to Weineke, and she makes a layup, and it was one Dragon poked the ball away from the other one. And you got to talk down there.
Yep, still early in the season.
Same team. Jorge's pass right into the hands of T, but Dragons can maintain possession. Gober down the lane, she's fouled. Oh, shot almost drops, but she's going to head to the line to shoot two. Excuse me. And they whistle that one on T. That's her first.
If you're Pittsburgh, I think what you still are the most scared about is that passing. You're still seeing a lot of recklessness coming out of these passes. They're kind of just receiving it and just kind of already thinking where they're going to pass before they catch it.
I'm going to pass come water, high water. And you got to make the decision based on where the defender is. As Gober hits the first free throw. She's got 4 points, trying to make it 5 right here. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes down to the Bison. That is Ava Burness who came down with it. Now Haywood driving down the lane to the elbow. And there was a no-look pass, and no one saw the defender as Elkamil comes away with it. Now she's in deep water under the bucket, has to battle for it, and loses it out of bounds. It'll be Bison ball. And Coach Geggs like, slow down, calm down. And there's no reason to drive it all the way down to the baseline when you don't have the numbers.
Exactly.
And she got trapped down there. Here's Haywood working against Gober, crosses over, kicks out to Burness. Her shot on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Miller. And she's twisting up the floor, picked up by Washington. And now picks up her dribble, gets it down low to English. Her shot off the glass is good. Nice movement without the ball by Mackenzie English. She's got 8 points. And the Dragons lead it by 17 with 3:27 left to play first half. Washington with it, guarded by Jorge. Will give it up to Haywood. Gober picks her up at the top of the key. Now Wilson, guarded by English, tries to get it down low, but Elkamil right there to poke it away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bison. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 3:13 to play in the half.
Elkamil's done a great job taking her hands to the ball like the rest of the defense. She's been doing great with the minutes she's been given.
Yep, it's they're just really pesky defenders. Washington backing Miller down under the bucket and gets her shot, and it's good. 4 points for Washington, and it kind of stops the bleeding momentarily for Shawnee Mission North. Gober gets it to English, spinning into the lane, shot no good. Rebound by Burness. Down the floor quickly. Washington, her shot blocked by English. And now McKenzie coming back the other direction. Kicks it out to Elkamil, off the mark with the three-pointer. And Burness there with the rebound, but her pass ahead into the hands of Miller. Off the glass, it's good. 5 points for Angie Miller. And contested layup there as she's able to get it up and drain it in transition off of a steal. Now Washington with it out at the logo, 2:07 to play first half. Dragons by 17. Haywood with it, top of the key, she'll pull the trigger and hits it. You'll live with that if you're the Dragons. A contested three at the end of the shot clock, you'll take it. I mean, she made it that time. In the lane, Miller's shot no good. The rebound comes down to Wilson. Now Washington will handle it up the floor as Miller picks her up at the logo. Washington driving, and right there is English trying to cut her off. And a little dribbler pass through the lane. No good. Elkamil comes away with it. Washington down the floor with her. And Elkamil can't connect on the layup. And here come the Bison back the other way. It's Weineke with it, working into the lane. Gets it to a wide open Haywood, who makes the layup. And just kind of got caught watching the ball down the floor, did the Dragon defense, and that left Haywood wide open under the bucket for a pass in transition. Timeout on the floor, Dragons. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. A little crisscross for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, straight out of like 1992. This is an oldie. These are guys that wore their clothes backwards. Yeah, their big thing in their videos, they wore their clothes backwards. Because inside out is wiggity, 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 whack, as I recall. Yeah.
See, this is new to me.
Yeah. All the parents out there will appreciate it.
It's fascinating.
Maybe the grandparents, heck, at this point, I don't know. And it'll be Dragon ball coming out of the timeout on a Jorge. Mackenzie English will inbound. And full court pressure being applied again by the Bison. Dragons have done a pretty good job against it thus far. It's just the passing in the half court that's been the killer for Pittsburg High. English bringing it up the floor, dribbles through a double team like the one-person press breaker. Gets it out to Elkamil on the outside. Now Jorge with it way up top. They'll reset. Mantooth with it. Seeing her first action tonight. She's fouled but has it stripped away. No whistle. And Washington off the glass and good. Jorge with it, and she's fouled. And I don't know if that one's a foul. The last one wasn't. I don't know. It could be a bit of a makeup there. But Jorge was about to throw it away into the bleachers, so it's a good thing for the Dragons that that whistle occurred.
Yeah, saved by the whistle.
Yeah. And that passing, man, in the half court. Reed with it, driving down the lane, loses her dribble, gets it back, and then throws it away. Again, passing. Washington's shot partially blocked by Elkamil, but Dragons couldn't handle the carom, and it will stay with the Bison here with 24.1 seconds left to play first half. But if you look at the scoreboard, Shawnee Mission North has clawed their way back to a 10-point deficit, make it a 7-point deficit after that.
A 10-0 run and so Shawnee right now.
The Dragons have just kind of fallen asleep a couple times down the floor defensively and have not at all taken care of the ball on the offensive end. And they whistle a foul that time, and it prevents another turnover as Reed was going to have it taken away. But a little too much grabby action down there by Amaya T, and that's going to be her second. Pittsburgh just needs to clean up the passing in the half court. And English being held. She's being held 6 ways from Sunday, and that's why she couldn't get to that ball. And Kristen Gegg is trying to work the officials like, dude, are you watching this game? Yeah, I didn't see it. Seems to be the rallying call for the night. That pass deflected into the hands of English. Almost lost the dribble. Spinning to the bucket, off the glass, and good. 10 points for Mackenzie English, and that'll end the first half on a up note for the Dragons, but they only lead it by 9 at the break, and they led by as many as 17, I believe, in the first half, but Shawnee Mission North able to claw their way back into it. Dragons lead at 33-24 at the break. We'll step away and be back with the GM Bank halftime show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. A plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School. At the half, the Dragons lead at 33-24 over the Shawnee Mission North Bison, and the Dragons led by as many as 17 in that first half, but Shawnee Mission went on a 10-2 run in the final probably 4 or 5 minutes of the second half to cut the lead to 9 here at the break, and the Dragons just, man, you clean up that half-court passing, this would be a blowout.
Yeah, for sure.
But the turnovers in the half court, it hasn't been sharp with the passing. And Shawnee Mission North, that's really kind of kept them in the game. The Dragons have been beat down the floor in transition a couple times. They've had some defensive lapses that resulted in open shots. But other than maybe 4 possessions, defensively, they've been very sound. Offensively, other than about 5 or 6 possessions, hasn't been very pretty. But they've been able to get it done because of the inside presence of Odessa Reed and Mackenzie English, who lead the Dragons in scoring. And we'll take a look at the scoring totals when we come back on the other side of this break. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Canara Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canara Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School. At the half, the Dragon girls lead the Shawnee Mission North Bison 33-24. And other than the last 3 minutes of that second quarter, the Dragons really controlled the pace and the flow of the game. But Shawnee Mission North able to go on a 10-2 run down the stretch in that second quarter. And granted, there were some questionable calls or non-calls that kind of fueled that. So it's not all on, Pittsburg High, but those sorts of things are going to happen in the course of a game, and you got to be able to adjust to it and deal with it. And so we'll see what adjustments the Dragons have made in the locker room as we get ready for second half action here. Let's take a look at some of the scoring totals. Odessa Reed and Mackenzie English leading the way for the Dragons, both of them with 10 points each. Anna Jorge with just 1 bucket, but man, she's been a force defensively with her hands in the passing lane. She's probably created about 5 turnovers. And Adelie Gober with 4, Angie Miller with 5, and Kendall Elkamil, again, another force defensively for the Dragons with 4. Shawnee Mission North leading them in scoring is Tamaya Washington. She's got 8, Ray Haywood with 7, Maya T with 6, Haley Weinke with 1 in my book, but I'm missing a bucket or 2 there somewhere for Shawnee Mission North. So if you're scoring at home and the maths aren't mathing, that's on me. I'm juggling a couple different jobs here, and I'm doing the best I can, like the rest of us. Everybody's doing the best we can.
That's all I can ask for.
Yeah. We got about a minute left until tip-off in the third quarter. We're going to keep it right here. Of course, the boys following up tonight's game, the Dragon boys, who are coming off a 12-point loss last night to Joplin, trying to look for their first win of the season. Shawnee Mission North also looking for their first win of the season, but only because they haven't played anybody. And so it'll be an interesting matchup there. Hopefully the Dragons can clean up some of the passing issues they had that really cost them against Joplin last night. And Shawnee Mission North, as the Dragons official broadcasters, we can hope that they have some first game jitters as well.
Sure can.
Yeah, without venturing too far into being biased. And Bison will have the ball to start the second half. Weineke handling it across the timeline, guarded by Gober. She'll give it up to Haywood, top of the key. English picks her up. Now Washington with it, guarded by Jorge. Now Haywood with it. Dragons playing some man-to-man defense. Her shot no good. Wilson with the rebound. Kicked out. Washington thought about a 3. Reed right there in front of her. Shot no good. Rebound by English. Long pass ahead to Reed. Just has it taken right out of her hands by Washington. And back the other way comes Washington. And right into Reed. And they're going to whistle Reed for a block. And that's Odessa Reed's second personal.
Jorge.
They got Jorge with that one?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's Jorge's second. Odessa Reed still just with 1. That pass ahead. Man, passing. Good golly. And Weineke with it. Throws it off the leg of, I believe that was Reed. And now Hertrich on the floor. Gives it up to English. Ahead to Reed. She's being trailed. And a pass over to Gober, who gets, cut off in a very aggressive fashion by T. And T will pick up the foul. That'll be her third.
Well, one thing these Dragons do so well is play and it's incredibly fast.
Yeah, I mean, they don't fear the contact, that's for sure, but that inbound pass went off the back of Washington, ends up in the hands of English. Up and under for her, and it's good.
Her footwork is incredible.
Yeah, 12 points for Mackenzie English. And the Dragon lead is 11. Haywood into the lane, shot on the way, no good. Rebound English. Outlet pass ahead to Jorge. She chases it down. And the layup no good. The rebound Hertrich. And she's fouled on the rebound attempt. Washington appears to have maybe knocked knees with one of the Dragons coming down the floor, and she appears to be a little bit shook up after that. Trainer for the Dragons out to take a look. And, man, I'll tell you what, knocking knees with somebody coming down the floor, oh, man.
I've done my fair share of that.
I feel it right now for Washington, and she's tough. She's walking it off, but, man, that hurts when that happens. I'll tell you what.
Not a fun time.
So a couple of substitutions in for the Bison during this injury timeout. Burnus into the game, as well as Melinda Dolezal.
I don't think they touched up much on the passing woes. The halftime feels like they kind of just picked up where they left off.
Those things are hard to correct at halftime, you know. You can just talk about it, but English is layup no good, gets her own rebound. The putback is good, and we have another Bison shook up.
Such a force
Ella
down there.
Wilson appears to have stepped on somebody's foot and rolled her ankle. Haywood's shot in and out. Rebound comes down to Jorge, who was bumped out of bounds, threw it up the court. It ends up in the hands of the Bison, and we have an injury timeout for Ella Wilson, who, man, and another thing, when you come down on somebody's foot, and she's already got braces on those ankles, and basketball's a hard game on the knees and the ankles, and you can appreciate these girls fighting through it and coming back into the game and continuing to play. And we see Washington there on her feet behind the Bison bench, trying to walk off that bruised knee. And now Wilson getting some attention from the trainer for an ankle. So Dolezal to inbound. She gets it in to Weinke. She dribbles into traffic, loses it, comes away to English, who then has it poked away from behind. And you can't dribble out of traffic like that. You're going to have it poked away. And so, you know, English tried to split a double team with the dribble. She got away with it a couple times in the first half, but the trailer that time able to poke the ball away from behind, and it turns it over again to Shawnee Mission North. These Dragons need to value the ball. And you're looking okay getting the ball into the paint in the half court. It's when they get in a rush in transition that they're turning it over almost immediately.
You slow down and get it past that court first.
Three-point shot, no good. Rebound comes down to English. Somebody's got to be available for the pass. Long pass ahead to Hertrich. She dribbles. Bounce pass picked off, intended for Reed, and man, the passing. Whoa. Reverse up and under layup, no good for Haywood. All the way down the floor comes English. Her shot's good. She's got 14. She takes it coast to coast. Dragons by 15. Isabella Wedding had it. She's in the game for the first time tonight. Gives it up to Haywood. Now back to Wedding. Top of the key is Coach Trinity Hall having to dig into that bench for Shawnee Mission North. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Angie Miller. Gives it up to English and across to Reed into the corner to an open Hertrich for three. Way off the mark. And the rebound can't be controlled. And it'll stay with Dragons as Wedding couldn't quite corral it.
Pittsburgh, they run that 7-second offense very well, or
yeah,
very
they
quick
don't really,
at least.
The shot clock, not an issue.
No. That's almost like we'd like to see that.
Might as well not even have them.
Nope.
El Camille with it. She drives off the glass. No good. Tipped around. Comes down to Weinke. working against Gober. And she'll step back for a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Miller. All right. Miller almost loses the dribble. Gets it back. Gives it up to Elkamil. Now over to Gober. Into the corner. Hertrich again for three. Off the mark. Rebound Reed. Her putback off the glass. No good. And the rebound comes down to, I don't have a 15 on my roster, so who knows who that is. There was a foul on the floor. They're going to get this foul on Hertrich. That's her third. And Jorge will check in, replacing Reed. They'll get it into Weineke. Loses the dribble, ends up with Gober, who's trying to dribble out of traffic, and she's fouled. Reach foul. They're going to whistle. How can they whistle that on 10? The two numbers were 1 and 3. There we go. Haley Weineke picks up the foul. That's her third. Haywood's like, hey, I'm way over here. All right, Gober to handle it up the floor. I guess the Pittsburgh player was number 10. At least they didn't whistle her with the foul. Miller gives it up. Good look to find a streaking Elkamil baseline, and she hits the layup.
It's a great off-ball movement there to create that easy bucket. 4
points for Kendall Elkamil. Weineke with it up top. She'll give it up to Haywood. She likes to drive. Crosses over on Gober into the lane, and they're going to get Gober with a reach. And the bucket's going to count.
Well, that was the most unenthusiastic and more goal I've seen to date. I wasn't sure if it even counted. But great job by Hayward to go through contact with two defenders and put their arms held down, go out there, finish through contact.
Two fouls on Gober, and Haywood hasn't really demonstrated an ability to shoot. Well, she has 1-3, but you don't have to get so much in her pocket out there beyond the arc. And then Haywood picks up a foul just colliding with Gober as she's coming down the floor.
Yeah, you just can't do that.
And it could be a fatigue thing because Haywood's been out on the floor quite a bit early in the season.
I think she's got the most minutes.
Yeah, nobody's in game shape. And so Haywood will head for the bench to get a breather. And Washington back into the game. She's knocked knees with somebody coming down the floor. And luckily, she wasn't hurt, and she's been able to get back into the game. That's good news for the Bison, as she's really kind of drives the bus for them. Miller with it, top of the key. Elkamil with it, gives it up top to Jorge. She'll drive into the lane. On a Jorge off the glass, no good. Rebound English, her putback no good. And the rebound comes down to Washington. Outlet pass ahead to Weineke. And she's grabbed by Elkamil. And you don't have to do that because this team struggles shooting layups.
Yeah.
Make them shoot the layup.
Especially when you have such a high advantage on the person driving against you. She wouldn't even take it in a great line at the lane there. She'd find the basket.
First personal on Elkamil, but the fifth team foul on the Dragons. So you're gonna let Shawnee Mission North get back in the game just at the free throw line if you can't stop grabbing.
You're gonna give them a chance to. Yeah. I don't know if Shawnee's gonna take it, but.
We'll see. Meineke misses the first, rattles in the second. And she's got 2 points tonight. 2 for 4 from the stripe. And that's, that's a player you want to force to shoot in transition and not allow her to get to the free throw line. That's where all her points are coming from. So timeout on the floor. Did you see it was a full or a 30?
It looks like a 30. They're standing. I'm not sure.
No.
Just heated the arms.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
That's full.
That's full.
All right, let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back. Dragons leading at 41-27. 3 minutes left to play third quarter. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Welcome back. Pittsburg High. Dragons leading at 41-27 over the Shawnee Mission North Bison. And the only reason this game's close is turnovers by the Dragons and with their passing. And that's the only thing keeping Shawnee Mission North in this game. It's you mentioned earlier, they don't use a lot of shot clock. And we were talking in the break, it's like the other team's speeding them up, but they're not. It's self-imposed. It's like
they're speeding themselves up.
A manic offense by the Dragons. That one's poked out of bounds and stay with Pittsburg.
It's almost like, let's see how fast we can end up possession. Let's see how fast we can get the other end. It's like a race.
Yep, and now they're going to have English inbound it. And you got to move without the ball here, and Dragons do. They get it into Gober. Now here comes a trap. She throws it over the head of English and out of bounds, and that turns it over. And if you're Shawnee Mission North, you put defensive pressure on these Dragons because they haven't passed the ball well.
At all, actually.
Gober guarding Weineke up the floor. She dribbles off her foot and out of bounds. Now, if you're Pittsburg High, your coach, Coach Gegg, this is like the most common, the slow it down, calm down hand signal. She's been doing it all night. That pass over the top, way over the head of Hertrich, who barely tracks it down, gets it to Jorge, and she throws it away. Coming back the other way. Shawnee Mission North and a foul, and they'll head to the free throw line.
Yep, yet again, this is all just incredibly self-inflicted. That just didn't.
Like, the Dragons have shot themselves in the foot about 50 times tonight. Ugh. The passing leaves something to be desired.
But
2:37 to play, third quarter. Pittsburgh in front, 41-27.
With that being said, they've shot themselves in the foot 50 times. And they're still up by 14 points. They've held their opponent. They're still under 27 points in almost 3 quarters of play. So it just goes to show that they can fix it.
Yeah. It's
just
it's 100% of their issue right now. It's just the passing. Everything else is there.
And it's not like something you can't coach. This is all very coachable. They will be able to fix it throughout the season. If they do, they can be a very dangerous team.
And a foul coming up the floor as
that should be a bonus.
Yeah, English will head to the free throw line for should be a 1-on-1.
Now, if you're Shawnee, that's the one thing you don't want to do is give them free opportunities at the basket because they don't. Pittsburgh has not been doing a great job of creating those opportunities.
Yep.
Especially a player like Mackenzie English.
English 3 for 3 from the line tonight. See how I didn't jinx her. I waited.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping mine was broad enough to not be a jinx.
Oh, yeah. Pushes the Dragon lead back to 14, but they led by as many as 17 first half. They led by 17 again here in the second half. Leaded by 15 right now as Mackenzie English 4 for 4 from the stripe. Washington bringing it up the floor, being harassed by Jorge. Kicks it into the corner. 3-point shot way off the mark. And battle for the rebound comes away to Ana Jorge. The pass ahead to English. And Mackenzie trying to do a lot, and that was scary. And she stepped on a loose ball. And it's good to see that she got up and didn't hurt an ankle or anything there. And she'll head to the line to shoot more free throws. And if Mackenzie English wants to parade to the free throw line, that's good news for the Dragons.
Yeah, that's where Pittsburgh wants her to be. Either under the basket or right at the free throw line.
First free throw on the way is good. And she hits them both. Mackenzie English lights out from the free throw line tonight. And a foul on the inbound going to be called against Ana Jorge. That's her third. And that'll send somebody in red to the free throw line. It's going to be Washington. And Washington also 2 for 2 from the stripe.
Now, if you're Pittsburgh,
You
can't
don't
do the same
want
thing.
her. Yeah, you don't want Washington at the line. And for us broadcasters, it stops the clock with 2:08 to play third quarter. Washington's first miss of the night.
Every Pittsburgh also sucks because Jorge has 4 fouls. That's your defensive mastermind, your leader defensively.
So Jorge will sit with 4 fouls. Washington hits the second. And a travel violation against and then Hartridge called for the travel, turns it over, and right back in the hands of Shawnee Mission North.
Under the basket, too.
Yep. And a foul again. You got to get the hands up. You can't be pushing. If you're a dragon defender, Miller going to be called for that one.
More of these self-inflicted mishaps coming on for Pittsburgh right now.
Free throw off the back iron.
But like I mentioned earlier.
No good by number 15. If I had her name in the roster.
You're all coachable.
Yeah, I could tell you who that is, but rattles in the second.
Jane Doe.
Miller pushing it up the floor, gets it ahead to Reed. Little indecision, ends up in the hands of Hartridge. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to Washington. And she's fouled. If you're Mackenzie English, you got to avoid the contact on that. You know she's just trying to run into you, and you got to make sure that does not happen. And another foul, and it's going to send Washington to the free throw line. That's English's second, which is good news for the Dragons. She stayed out of foul trouble, but you don't want to send Washington to the free throw line.
No. I thought that was going to be English's third or fourth, though. That's why I was scared.
4 for 5 from the stripe tonight. Trying to make it 5 of 6 right here. The second one no good. Tipped around, but guess what? Right in the hands of Washington.
Oh.
Her shot blocked by English. She spins baseline. No good. English with the rebound, and she's fouled by the nameless number 15. And you better watch out. Might be rushing up a guy. I thought we were going to get one too.
Teased us. He was building it up. We got a little bit of foul party going on right now, though.
Washington or English's first shot is good.
Good again. I mean, Pittsburgh is very happy to have English living on the line right now.
Second shot in and out. Rebound Hartridge. Put back no good. Rebound English. Lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. That was her first miss from the free throw line tonight.
Yep. Those around the basket shot
She's
attempts.
7 of 8. Here she is off the glass and good.
She's on fire now.
And he did not pick up a foul on the guard, bringing it down the floor, and then she picks it off and throws it away. Right back into the hands of Washington. She's going to pull the trigger on a 3, in and out, but she's fouled after the shot by Reed. Fouled a 3-point shooter. That's like the ultimate no-no for a defender. And they haven't made threes all night. Why are you fouling a 3-point shooter? But Reed picks it up. That's going to be, I think, her second. And Washington makes the free throw. She's going to shoot 3 of them here. And allowing Shawnee Mission North to stay in this game. Reed misses the second, or Washington misses the second.
And the most bonehead thing about it is she was trying to box out the 3-point shooter. Yes, you don't want the person to get their own rebound, and you're going to check him with your forearm, but a full-fledged box out trying to drive back to half court is just not necessary in any means of the game.
Third and final free throw is good for Washington. She is 4 of 6 from the line in this quarter. She's shot a lot of free throws, and somebody's got to help Gober out, and they throw it away. Oh, they were going to say last touch by Shawnee Mission North. It'll stay with the Dragons. And the inbound pass, oh my gosh, almost threw it away again. English gets it. And now Dragons need to pump the brakes. Slow it down a little bit. Use your shot clock. You're down to a minute left to play in this quarter. And it's almost thrown away again. Down low to Miller. Kicks it back out to Gober. Down the lane and good. First field goal of the second half for Adelie Gober. Gives the Dragons a 50-33 lead with 40 seconds left to play here in the third. Weineke dribbling, working against Elkamil. Gets away from her, and she's fouled by English going down the lane. That shot had zero chance of going in. It was over the
shot clock.
Over the top of the basket and went off the shot clock.
And when you already have a good half foot on the attacker, and Mariah English, I think, or Mackenzie English, I think you just kind of go straight up there. You're our best player, undoubtedly.
English picks up her third. She'll sit. Reed back into the game for the Dragons.
Just disciplinary issues there.
No, it's just, these are split-second decisions we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't always pick right. Hertrich with the rebound off the missed free throw. And now Gober with it, looking down the floor, and she'll handle it up the timeline. Tries to dribble out of a double team, picks up her dribble, needs some help, and she's finally a foul called on the outside, and they're going to whistle that one on number 15. I'm sorry, I don't have a name for number 15 again. They'll send Gober to the line. Makes the first.
Well, this has been the longest 2.5 minutes of basketball I've watched in a good minute.
Woof, yeah.
But I'd argue Pittsburgh's enjoying it. They've expanded that lead.
Yep. 7 points for Adelie Gober. She's trying to make it 8 right here. And drains it. Dragons lead at 52-33. Under 20 seconds to play, third quarter. Washington handling it up the floor for the Bison. You get the feeling that she wants to take this last shot, and she's driving down the lane and gets it to fall. And the Dragons throw it away again, but the buzzer saves them. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Dragons leading at 52-35. 1 quarter left to play. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live. How many times have they thrown the ball?
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School. Getting set for fourth quarter. 1 quarter left to play. Dragons lead at 52-35 over the Shawnee Mission North Bison. And the issues for the Dragons tonight have been turnovers with their passing. And, you want to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season, not at the beginning of the season. So Dragons have some stuff to work on to get it down low to Reed. Back out to Hertrich. Three-pointer on the way. It's good.
And a beautiful heads-up play by Reed there. Solid defense conversion on it when the ball was in the air. So she just tapped it back out to the wide open three-point shot.
Weineke going to wind up for a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Miller. She gets it to Gober, who will handle it up the floor. Gets it down low to Hertrich. Shot no good, but she's fouled. They're going to whistle that one on Melina Dolezal. I think that's just her second. And Gober's having a calf cramp. And that'll happen when you're playing this many games in this short a time span. Fatigue becomes an issue, and I don't know. I hope it's not a, yeah, it looks like she's trying to stretch out a cramp. Hertrich with the free throw is good. Now the Dragons going to sub, and Mantooth will come in. Gober will sit with the cramp and try to work it out. Hertrich hit the first free throw. Here comes the second. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Going to stay with Pittsburgh. Millard inbound from the baseline. Bobs it over the top to Reed in the middle of the lane. Her shot is up and rolls in. That's first field goal of the second half for Odessa Reed. She's got 12 points. And the Dragons by 23. They're starting to open it up. Haywood, shot blocked from behind by Hertrich, comes down to Washington. She's cut off by Miller. Looking for help. And this sticky man defense that the Dragons are playing is really giving Shawnee Mission North some fits. Weineke over to Washington. Haywood wide open as somebody lost their man. And Haywood able to take advantage of it for the easy two. She's got 12 points, leads Shawnee Mission North in scoring. Whew, Dragons, that passing man is always right at the edge of disaster. Mantooth, wide open three, or contested three, excuse me, missed the mark. Out of bounds, it'll be Bison ball.
Well, 21-point lead. No harm in letting it fly, I guess, but it's not the outcome you're hoping for.
And the Dragons sub in Hutchinson and Mackenzie English. And a foul. We're going to get Hutchins without this her first. Weineke hits the free throw, and that pulls the Bison within 20. Second shot on the way, off the back iron, no good. Rebound finally controlled by Reed. She's triple teamed, kicks it out to Hutchins. Ahead to Elkamil, and Mantooth off the glass and good. That's Briley's first bucket. There's a foul. And I think it's going to send,
It was on the floor.
Hutchinson with that one on the floor. She's got two now. We're in quick succession.
You're starting to see that sense of urgency coming out of Shawnee Mission now.
Washington gets it in over the top to Weineke. Nowhere to go with it as English picks her up. Kicks it over to Haywood. She likes to drive. There she goes. Off the glass, no good. Rebound English, and good job of the Dragons not fouling, just letting her shoot that wild layup.
Around more discipline as the game goes on.
English gives it up to Elkamil down the lane. Little floater, no good. Reed comes up with the loose ball. Back out to Mantooth. High arcing three off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Washington for the Bison. Kicks it ahead. T with it. Back out top to Washington. And down the lane, she's hit by Elkamil, who is kind of overcommitted and collides with Washington. Picks up the foul.
Yeah, Washington does such a good job of going so hard
Change
downhill.
of direction, too, is really good.
She did a great job going downhill so quick, but being able to change direction at the same time with that speed, it's so hard to stay up to date with.
Mantooth, Elkamil, and Hutchinson sit. Gober, Jorge, and Hentrich back in the game. Three-point shot good. Or was that a two? Nope, three for T. She's got 6 points, all of them from beyond the arc. Now Gober with it, far side on the wing, working against Weineke. And they're going to whistle Weineke with the body foul. And, oh, what?
What's up?
What? They called that foul on Gober? She's just standing there in disbelief, like nobody in the gym can believe it because we're all watching this game. Okay, so
well, that gives her
Gober
4.
picks up her 3rd. And now Weineke with it on the other end. Has her pocket picked by Hentrich, but Haywood able to track it down, passes over to the nameless number 15. Driving baseline, working against English. Her kick out. Jorge couldn't handle it, loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with Shawnee Mission North.
Pittsburg yet again doing such a good job of forcing these table passes out of Shawnee, making them make just traitors out there. Just couldn't come down to that time.
Washington trying to get it in. She's up against the clock. If Hertrich had been looking for the ball, the Dragons would have it, and she throws it out of bounds. And it'll stay with Shawnee Mission North. 4:15 to play, 4th quarter. Dragons by 20, 60-40 over the Bison. And they're in the driver's seat. They're probably going to win this game, but it has been anything but pretty for the Dragons.
It almost feels like that's their motto.
Washington to somebody kicked out to T. She's driving baseline. Double teamed by English and Reed. And was that 3 seconds?
That was a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
Haven't seen that yet.
Oh my goodness, and that was the first one of the year.
I forgot it was up there.
For anybody. So I kind of forget we had one.
Especially how fast this game's been going.
Gober gets it on the inbound, but had to pick up her dribble. She gives it to English, gets it across the timeline, into the corner, wide open. Hertrich for 3, off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Gober. Her shot is good. Little 10-footer from Gober. Her first bucket of the 4th quarter. Dragons by 22. Haywood driving baseline against Gober. Be careful not to foul. And Hertrich is going to pick one up, reaching in against Washington, going after the pass. And I think that might be 5 on Hertrich. No, just 4.
Just 4.
Feels like 5.
Yeah. Feels like somebody should be fouled out by now.
Yeah, jeez. Washington at the line again. Trying to cut the Dragon lead back down to 20. First shot off the iron.
But those fouls are expected to come, especially early on when you play a defense like this.
Yeah, I mean, when you get after it defensively like Dragons do, you're going to commit fouls. Second shot is good for Washington. Get it to English, who inbounded it. She's going to drive it down the floor. Wide open Hertrich. Her pass to English deflected. Jorge had a hard time handling it. Now back up top to Gober. She's picked up her dribble, needs some help, and a timeout. The help comes from the sideline as Coach Gegg calls a timeout, trying to preserve the possession. 3:28 to play in the game. Dragons up by a lot, 62-41 over the, I guess that's 21, over the Shawnee Mission North Bison. We'll take a 30-second break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburg Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Dragons with the ball coming out of the timeout. 3:28 to play, 4th quarter. Pittsburg up front by 21. 62-41 over The Shawnee Mission North Bison boys game is going to follow this one. And they whistle the foul on Weineke this time. Exact same play that was a foul on Gober last time. As long as nobody's happy, I guess you're doing all right.
Yep. Doing a job.
Yeah. English will inbound after the foul. That's the 4th on Weineke. English handling. She'll back out. Almost lost it now. Hertrich. Nice interior pass, but shot off the mark for Kylie Serrano. And then a foul afterwards against the Dragons. Let's see who they whistle it on. It's on Serrano. Still a bit of frustration because she had a really good look at it. Couldn't get it to fall.
No, it was great movement, great off-ball movement, but Dragons there just couldn't convert. But yeah, again, all's forgiven when you got the cushion you have now.
First shot off the back iron, no good for number 15.
And he said after this, we play Tuesday versus Webb City.
That's right.
That's here.
Home game against Webb City. The final games, I think that's part of this tournament. I think. I don't know. Maybe not.
Wouldn't know this is the tournament format.
Yeah, I don't know. Second free throw good for number 15. And Dragons with it now on the offensive end. They turn it over, get it right back. Reed with it over to Hertrich. Driving, and they're going to whistle her for a travel. I didn't see it, but Hertrich disagrees, but now she's laughing going up the floor. No feelings hurt. 20-point lead for the Dragons, 2:52 to play.
Hertrich is good at keeping a positive mindset.
Yeah, she doesn't get rattled too easily.
No.
And they're going to whistle a foul against Jorge.
That's her 5th.
That's it for Anna Jorge. She's going to finish with 2 points tonight. And good defensive night for her, except for the 5 fouls. And that'll send, guess who, Washington to the line.
There's a reason she was guarding her.
Hits the first. Second one on the way from Washington, rattles in. Miller with it on the inbound. Throws it away. Now back to Shawnee Mission North. They throw it away. Odessa Reed with it, going down the floor. Passes to Hertrich. Now back out to Gober off the miss. Her shot no good. Reed catches the loose ball. Into the lane to English. Off the glass, no good. So about 5 tries at it that time for the Dragons. They come away empty. Weineke with it. Gonna try a 3. And they called a foul on English 3 seconds after the shot. I didn't see it, but that's gonna send Weineke to the line to shoot 3.
I didn't even know what to say about that.
Nah, best not to say anything. And there's gonna be a timeout before Weineke takes the 3 free throws. And English is gonna pick up the foul. That's her 4th. Now you don't wanna foul out. A lot can happen in 2 minutes. I know that it's a 18-point deficit, but still you'd like to have your best defenders available for the end of the game.
Especially after we saw it they pulled in the last 2 minutes of the first half. I think again, they came out of nowhere and they won a 10-point run.
Yeah.
So obviously 10 points, not 18 points, but it shows the tape well. Just don't.
Yep.
They'll take your foot off the gas pedal. You only got 2 minutes
and
left.
If you're the Dragons, slow it down offensively. You can take 35 seconds off the clock.
That's
on every possession if you can just keep from throwing the ball away.
We'd love to see that.
But that's not really their style. You know,
yeah,
hanging onto the ball,
it's not our
milking the
brand of
clock.
basketball.
Not really their style. And so they're being true to who they are. They're getting after it and getting to the bucket and taking shots. And it's a very fast-paced and exciting game. But I think at some point in time this season, you're going to have to be able to control the clock and maintain possessions.
Yeah, you're going to be able to have to prove that you can adapt to the different situations in basketball games.
Right. So, Weineke at the line, shooting 3. First one is good. Well rested is Weineke coming out of the timeout. Second one off the back iron, no good. Yeah, as you could clearly see.
Let's say clearly at this camera,
Well,
but
as you can see, squinting. Second shot, or third shot, excuse me, is good. 2 for 3 from the stripe on that trip. Miller with it, gets it to English, twisting to catch the pass. Had it poked away, and it's going to stay with the Dragons.
28 seconds up in the shot clock. I'm curious to see how they use it.
English to inbound. Oh, trying to go over the top to Reed. She can't handle the pass, and they turn it over. Into the corner, Weineke for 3, off the mark. Rebound comes down to Haywood. She passes it out to 15. Out top to Washington, and a timeout for the Bison. No indication yet. It's a 30, we'll stay right here. Minute 51 to play. Dragons up 62-46. A 16-point lead. But we've seen these double-digit leads for the Dragons evaporate over the course of just a couple minutes. They got to keep playing, and really you want to keep the Bison off the foul line, because that's where they've scored literally 90% of their points for tonight is at the charity stripe. So if you could keep them off the foul line, they're unlikely to score.
You just got to stay disciplined with your hands. Move your feet, keep your hands out of their pockets, and stay in front of your man. The time will expire.
It's almost like you get dare them to shoot. Washington with it. Miller picks her up. Don't foul. Haywood with it up top. There's a switch defensively. Miller
hands out,
cuts her off at the top and fouls her.
Yeah, both hands are in ticket right there.
That's, I believe, Miller's second. Umpteenth team foul on the Dragons. Haywood hits the first. And she hits them both. 14 points for Haywood, as she and Washington have really done all the damage tonight for the Bison. There's a foul outside on number 15.
And Shawnee.
And it's going to send, oh no, it's not. I guess it's just on the floor. They have yet to commit 5 fouls. So the Dragons not in the bonus yet, which seems insane.
Yeah.
But they'll get it into Gober, and she'll dribble out of a double team as she was trying to take her time. There's another foul, this one on Washington on the outside. That's going to be 3 on Washington, and still just the 4th team foul. So the Dragons going to have to inbound it again. And the Bison have done a good job of making these inbound plays difficult for the Dragons. Not that time. Gober's going to get it deep in the backcourt. She'll bring it across the timeline, gives it up to English on the near side. And, Gober not looking for the pass from English. She was cutting but not looking for the ball, and quickly down the floor and off the glass and good is Haywood. Make it 16 points for her. She's really done a good job in this second half, and it's an 8-point game, a minute left to play. The Dragons are going to empty the bench.
12-point game.
12-point game. They're going to empty the bench with 57 seconds left to play.
Maybe she's hoping they'll slow it down.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think the Bison are going to leave their starters out on the floor.
I hope so.
Yeah.
As they're trying to win it.
Yeah, they got some time. If they can keep getting to the foul stripe.
Yeah, I really assume her approach here is to have, I feel like everybody's been before is just so amped up and sporadic right now that she wants to bring a new, rest and tension. Maybe they'll slow the game down.
Maybe.
Make these 59 seconds go by a little faster.
The best way to slow the game down is to take care of the basketball.
Yeah.
And young players aren't known to do that. But we'll see.
What you might
happens.
see out of Shawnee is, one foul away from the bonus. She might intentionally foul one of these.
See how long we can make this last.
Yeah.
59 seconds last. Whole new lineup into the game for the Dragons.
I'm not sure about you. I would want to have English out there. Shooting free
Bradley
throws.
Mantooth, Lainey Trissler, Kylie Serrano, El Camille, and she's fouled. And so that's the fifth foul, fifth team foul on the Bison. So that'll send El Camille to the line to shoot. Should be a 1-on-1. We'll see. Maybe it's 2. Who knows? Yeah, it's going to be 2. El Camille misses the front end. Second shot off the mark. Mantooth, though, with the rebound for the Dragons, gets it over to Serrano. Her shot is up and good. First bucket of the night for Kylie Serrano. Gives the Dragons a 14-point lead. Now down on the other end. Here comes Haywood down the lane. They just let her go. And she's pretty much been the only player, her and Washington, who've demonstrated the ability to make a contested layup, and she hits that one. Dragons throw it away. It's back to Washington. Her shot no good, and El Camille comes away with it. And is that an offensive foul?
It's travel.
Oh, travel. You got Dragons not taking care of the basketball. It doesn't really matter who's been out on the floor. It's not any individual. It's like
it's a team issue.
A community effort tonight. Weineke going to wind up for a 3. No good. Rebound right through the hands of Mantooth. And it ends up back with T. Down low to Weineke. Open for the layup. And the foul. Oh, man. Oh, man.
They're trying to stand it. This free throw making a 9-point game. She comes down with it. It'll be 3 3-pointers in 13 seconds.
And
that's
she
what it's going to
hits
be.
9-point game. Here we go. Timeout on the floor. 13.2 seconds left to play. Woof.
Well, the lead's
you
only
want to keep
shrunk.
it interesting. You know, you don't want to just win by 20 going away.
No, the lead's only shrunk it by 3 points in 40 seconds.
Yeah, you know,
So.
it's pretty safe, but woof, man.
Basketball's a cruel sport sometimes.
Howdy doody. Yeah, it always was for me. I found it to be a profoundly frustrating game. But both coaches giving their teams a little instruction here in this break, but not a lot of time left to make up 9 points for the Bison.
Yeah, the Bison's got to be pretty much perfect here these next 13 seconds. And Pittsburgh, the consequence has to be the opposite perfect.
Yeah.
So a lot of pieces got to fall into place for the Shawnee here.
No, yeah, a near miraculous collapse would what it would take for the Bison to come out of this one on top. But man, the Dragons giving them a shot.
Yeah, the Dragons,
keeping it interesting. Yeah.
They notoriously are not good at keeping the ball in their possession. So
yeah, turnovers are a problem, and that's really what you don't need at this point in the game. But I think it's going to be Dragon Ball coming out of the timeout. El Camille to inbound. And they got to go to length of the floor without turning the ball over. El Camille to throw it in, gets it into Hutchinson. She's going to put it on the floor, and she's fouled. So they'll stop the clock with 11 seconds. And you know that the Bison are going to foul, trying to stop the clock and drag this game out as long as they can. And so for the Dragons, it's also important to make some free throws here. If you make these 2, it's pretty much curtains.
Yeah, that'll make it a 4-point game, 4-point game.
Shot's good.
Now that should be the final nail in the coffin. Now if that's an announcer's jinx, that's just not on me.
And Bank is open. She drills them both. Quickly down the floor come the Bison. Haywood has it ripped away by Elkamil. She's off on the run. No foul call, but right there was Hutchinson for the putback. And that's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Dragons win it 68-55, come away with the win. They move to 2-0 on the season. Shawnee Mission North fall to 1-1. And a lot of early season mistakes by both teams. The best news, though, is that although there were some bumps and bruises, everybody made it out of this game healthy and will be ready to go on Tuesday night for the Dragons. I'm not sure, Shawnee Mission North, what their next opponent is. I think I have it in my notes here somewhere. But
I'll get you started on those notes.
Yeah, well, don't get me started digging through these. But Dragons, we know, will be in action Tuesday night. Girls game tips at 6. Our pregame starts at 5:30 against the Webb City Cardinals. And it's a big deal anytime you lock horns with Webb City. Dragons are going to try and pick up the win. And I think their Shawnee Mission North's next game is against Kearney, Missouri. And that's on Tuesday as well? Monday, okay. So, those of you tuning in from Johnson County tonight, your team getting ready. Quick turnaround Monday night to take on Kearney, Missouri. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back, we'll fire up the post-game show and hopefully get a chance to talk to Coach Gegg and then start looking forward to the boys game. You see him out there warming up on the floor right now as the Dragon boys getting set to take on the Bison. And I don't know if you call it the nightcap when it happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but whatever, our second game. And we'll have that for you on the other side of the break. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High. The Dragon girls come out on top tonight, 68-55 over the Shawnee Mission North Bison. And right now we're joined by head coach Tristan Gegg. And I said it during the break, that was not a boring game. If anything, it was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they play super hard on defense. That was our scout today. Was there scrappy? They're going to get after you, so you got to take care of the ball. For the most part, our girls did a really good job. Yeah, and it's early in the season again, just the second game for these girls, and the second game in 24 hours, basically. Yeah. And you saw a little bit of cramping, but health-wise, you guys doing good coming out of this one? Yeah, very good. I mean, I told the girls before the game started, I said, you have no option to be tired. I know they were tired, but I mean, they found a second year and they fought through it and they played super hard. I was proud of them.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys were about ready to run away with the game, and they were able to, the Bison were able to put together a 10-2 run at the end of that first half. But one of the things that I think really kind of kept them in the game was the passing and the turnovers offensively. Is that something that you tried to address with them at halftime, or it's just the pace of the game? What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, it's definitely an everyday conversation. Is like, we have never played someone with that much pressure. Obviously, it's the second game of the year, so it was really good for us. Mm-hmm. And I knew they were going to be scrappy. And I said, guys, if you limit your turnovers, then they're not going to be in this game. And they started to create turnovers, and we started kind of playing in their hand a little bit, but then we figured it out. Yeah. Well, a good night for Mackenzie English again, but Odessa Reed came up big tonight. You guys are pretty darn good from the free throw line tonight. Thank God, because we were only 8 for 21 yesterday, and we shot a lot of free throws at our shoot-around today. Well, now you get an extended vacation of about 48 hours before Webb City comes in. They're always a good team from over in Missouri. And when you play those Missouri teams, they've got an extra 2 or 3 weeks of practice on you. And what do you expect to see out of the Cardinals coming in? I mean, they're always going to be great. They've got a good coaching staff. They've got really good talent every single year. So they're going to have some dudes, but we have some dudes too. So I'm super excited to play against some of the best competition we can. All right. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming up here, and we're not going to hold you hostage for too much longer. All right. Thank you. Congratulations on the win. That's head coach Tristan Gegg, and she's got the Dragons at 2-0 this season, heading into Tuesday night's game against Webb City, and we'll have that for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. The girls' game tips off at 6. Pre-game show will start at 5:30, but now we got to start shifting gears and talking about boys action, but we'll do that on the other side of the break. Dragon girls get the win. They're 2-0. Boys looking for their first win of the year against Shawnee Mission North. We'll get into that on the other side of the break. You're watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
It's the Rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The Rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Pittsburgh Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get hit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas. Learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet at ckt.net. Well, Dragon girls get the win over the Shawnee Mission North Bison, 68-55. Now the boys looking for their first win of the season. They fell last night, 59-40, to the Joplin Eagles, very talented and physical Joplin Eagles squad. And these Shawnee Mission North Bison look to be a very physical team coming in, but their record last season, not super impressive. This is their first game of the year, so the Dragons have one under their belt at least, even though it wasn't a victory. Still get the game experience that perhaps the Bison don't have here coming into tonight. They do have a lot of returning starters. They have 4 returning starters from last year's squad, so a lot of experience on the floor for the Bison, and they're hoping to improve on their mark from last year in the Sunflower League. And again, the Shawnee Mission boys, 4-6 on the road, 1-8 at home last year. So I don't know, they might need to change the lighting or the color scheme in their gym. I don't know, but it's really strange in high school sports to see a team struggle that much at home. I mean,
that's where you should want to win.
Yeah, you should have a winning percentage at home. I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're looking to pick up their first win of the year. Last year they finished with a 5-15 record, just 3-11 in the Sunflower League up there in Northeast Kansas. Pittsburgh, well, I had that. Pittsburgh, last season they were 9-11, but with a 7-5 mark in the SEK. I don't have their home and away record, but I'm going to assume they won more of their games at home than they did on the road. And again, this is a first year for head coach Jesse Moss, and Dragons plagued by turnovers against Joplin. We'll see if they clean some of that up tonight, and a lot of it may have to do with the opponent, as the Eagles really got after it defensively last night against the Dragons. But you can expect that because of the league they play in, that Shawnee Mission North is going to play a very similar type of defense to what Joplin played last night. You can see out there on the floor as they're warming up. Well, on the other end of the floor, they are a pretty lengthy team. They got some height out there. They got some size. And can't comment yet on their quality of their guard play, but they're going to present a challenge tonight for the Dragons. And then again, Pittsburgh going to have to re-rack it pretty quickly after tonight because they got Webb City on Tuesday night. We talked about the girls game at 6, the boys game directly to follow. We'll have both of those for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. But then looking forward after Webb City, the Dragons go out to Wichita for the Trinity Academy tournament, where they will play Wamego, Cimarron, and Trinity Academy on the 11th, 12th, and 13th, respectively. And we'll have those games for you, hopefully, here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. But for tonight, got to concentrate on the opponent at hand. And the Dragons last night had some bright spots, but they had some issues as well. They were led in scoring by Malachi Meadows, who finished with 14 points, but not a lot of support around him. Nobody else in double digits, nobody else really close to double digits, as Jamarcus Davis finished with 6, and Danny Durden had 4. Caden Navaratnam finished with 5, and then Zane Miller, Wyatt Thomas, and Ryder Arnett with 3 points each to round out the scoring for the Dragons. So not a lot of offense last night, but that was largely due to the turnovers. It was very hard for the Dragons to really get into any sort of offensive rhythm. And so we'll see if they can take better care of the basketball here tonight against the Bison. And, this is a winnable game for the Dragons, but it's one that they're going to have to play well in order to win. All right. Let's go ahead and take another break. We're about 7 minutes away from tip-off We'll get back with your starting lineups and whatnot here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. All that coming up right after this on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh High School for tonight's matchup between the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons and the Shawnee Mission North Bison, this is the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters. From personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CNB has the tools you need with the service you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. Well, we kind of gave you the set the game before the break, so now it's time to get to some starting lineups. We're about 2.5 minutes away from tip-off. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment on the corner of 4th and Joplin in Pittsburg since 1948 with John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, they'll align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment 620-231-6230. All right, let's take a look at these starting lineups. First, for the visiting Shawnee Mission North Bison, again, 4 of 5 starters are returning from last year's team. Those guys, 5'10" senior number 1, Jerron Barnett, 6'1" junior number 2, Leandre Franklin, 5'11" senior number 4, Josiah Harris, 6 foot senior Alex Caceres, 6'2" junior number 22, Dalen Holman. For the Dragons, the same starting 5 as last night against the Joplin Eagles. They'll start number 1, senior Danny Durden, number 2, senior Caden Navaratnam, number 4, junior Jamarcus Davis, dyslexia, number 11, junior Landon Jesse, and number 20, senior Malachi Meadows. Meadows led the Dragons in scoring last night with 14 points. So it's going to be a tough matchup for both of these teams as we get set for the introduction of the starting lineups. I don't think we're going to do a national anthem before the boys matchup because they already got that taken care of during the girls game. But hey, you never know what's going to happen, and we're just going to play it by ear.
Go with the flow.
That's right. It's our specialty.
No kidding.
If we had a superpower, it would be going with the flow.
Pretty unique.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to have it.
That's right. Not all heroes wear capes, and not all heroes have a plan. So.
Yep, feels like starting lineup.
It does, it does.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pittsburg High School for this basketball contest between the Shawnee Mission North Bison and your Pittsburg Dragons. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Cheerleaders, officials, and spectators can and are expected to assist the promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship. I know that by taking personal responsibility.
Well, we don't need Susan Waugh busting her ass on some spilled water. Had a little bit of water spill down there on the behind the Dragon bench, and I took a little ski.
Yeah. You gotta look alive down there. You never know the water.
You gotta look alive. It's a dangerous world.
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially on a basketball court.
Yep.
Shawnee Mission North Bison number 2, Leandre Franklin. Pittsburg Dragons number 2, Caden Navaratnam. Shawnee Mission North number 4, Josiah Harris. Pittsburg Dragons number 4, Jamarcus Davis.
And I know I feel like we've belabored the point, but the Dragons back in action on Tuesday night. Mark your calendars as they welcome in the Webb City Cardinals. And girls game to tip at 6 o'clock, boys game to follow. Our pregame coverage will start at 5:30 for the girls.
For the Pittsburg Dragons, number 20, Malachi Meadows. Shawnee Mission North coached by Dick Hayes. Pittsburg Dragons coached by Jesse Moss.
This looks to be an entertaining game. Both of these teams are going to play a pretty fast-paced game, capable of scoring the ball quickly, get after you on defense, but are the Dragons, at least as far as we've seen, are kind of prone to turn it over. But they get it back just as quick, so you it's going to be an up and down affair.
Yeah, that's just the program. That's the program's idea at this point. You know, it's might be sloppy at times, but
yeah, and Coach Moss
get after you.
really emphasized execution on the offensive end, and you know, it was a little bit lacking last night against Joplin, and they haven't had any time to work on it.
It's to be expected.
Other than just hopefully they handle this opponent just a tad better. Davis controls the tip, and the Dragons will have it to start the game. Navratnam with it, gives it up to Meadows on the far side. Durden top of the key. Now Landon Jesse with it. His pass just forced that one. There was a defender in the passing lane the entire time. Fortunately, not a turnover, just tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons as Davis will inbound from the far side, gets it into Navratnam, who's being bodied up by Josiah Harris. Jesse across the lane. There's going to be a foul call, and they are going to get Harris with that foul as he got into Landon Jesse as he was driving across about where the free throw line is.
Well, Josiah Harris already seems to be a very physical defender. We're going to have to worry about the rest of this game.
Yep. Meadows with it up top. Now Jamarcus Davis with it, cut off. Has to pick up his dribble, needs to go somewhere with it. Gets it to Meadows. Malachi into the corner to Jesse. Now Navratnam, and another quick turnover by the Dragons. And a foul by Navratnam in transition as Leandre Franklin comes up with the steal, and then is fouled in transition. He'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Franklin and Harris already for the Shawnee North team look very threatening up top on this defensive side of the ball. They're both very agile, very quick, and they soon take their hands to the ball.
Yeah, and the Dragons might want to employ a ball fake before passing to get that defender to jump into the lane or make a move or something. Navratnam just in rhythm just passed it right out there, and it was an easy steal for Franklin. He hits the first. Second one off the mark. Durden with the rebound. Dragons trailing 1-0 here in the top of the first. Davis almost walked with it and then did walk with it as he wanted to go to Durden, and then Durden ran away, had nowhere to go with the ball, and ended up traveling. So 2 quick turnovers for the Dragons to start the game. Not a good sign.
They struggled with that yesterday night too. It's just starting out the game. It's
not everybody appears to be on the same page.
No, first 2 games of the season, right?
This one down low to Barnett. Now he kicks it outside to Alex Caceres, and it's knocked away from Josiah Harris, but given right back, and then the block by Davis on the defensive end. And North wanting to slow it down a little bit. Caceres with it, driving, kicks out. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, and it's stripped away. Navratnam comes up with it, and he'll hit the brakes a little bit for the Dragons. Good idea. He didn't have the numbers. He'll give it up to Jamarcus Davis. Cross-court pass to Jesse. Now Malachi Meadows with it. Back out to Jesse. Now Navratnam almost walked with it. He'll give it up to Jesse in the corner as the Dragons work it around the perimeter. Davis will settle for a 3, high arcing 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Dalen Holman, and he'll handle it up the floor for Shawnee Mission. North gets it back from Caceres. Now kicks it out, shot on the way from Barnett is good for 3. Quick timeout by Coach Moss, 30-second timeout. Can't like what he's seen here early in this one as he tries to get the Dragons to settle down a little bit offensively, and they picked up right where they left off against Joplin last night with some turnovers and some just not good passing around the perimeter.
And that's thanks to the same defense they saw last night. We're seeing a very quick, very aggressive Shawnee North defense here, and they did a very good job taking the edge ball like the Pittsburg Dragons made to do. So you got to make those offensive adjustments so you can stop the bleeding early.
Well, Coach Moss trying to reset a little bit for the Dragons. They're trailing at 4-0 here with 6:06 to play first quarter. It'll be Dragon ball coming out of the timeout. Landon Jesse to inbound from the baseline. North showing some full court pressure. They get it into Navratnam. Dangerous pass to Meadows. His little shovel pass to Davis. Gets it across the timeline. Jesse open for three, and he nails it. That's a good sign for the Dragons. Landon Jesse breaks the ice for Pittsburg High, and it's a 1-point game. Dragons trailing 4-3, 5:47 to play first quarter. Caceres with it, down the lane for North, shot no good, tipped around. Durden comes away with the loose ball, and he'll give it up to Jamarcus Davis, who will handle it up the floor for the Dragons. Across the timeline, working into the lane. Too many bodies in there to dribble through, and it's a turnover straight ahead, and good job of chasing it down that time by Harris. 3-point shot on the way, no good for Holman. And quickly ahead come the Dragons. Davis with it again on the offensive end. Navaratnam picks up his dribble. Now he'll give it back up to Davis. Oof, almost walked with it. Twisting into the lane, nowhere to go. Back out to Jesse. 3-pointer on the way is good. And the Bison are going to have to keep an eye on Landon Jesse. You can't just leave him out there.
He's catching
with his
fire
own,
early.
Yeah, he's got his own area code, and he can knock down threes. Holman, and he's going to pick up a foul. Or no, yep. Poked out of bounds, no foul. Dragons are going to sub in a couple players, Zane Miller and Wyatt Thomas into the game for the Dragons. Davis and Navaratnam will sit. Caceres to inbound. Gets it into Franklin. His shot is up and good. And 3 quick points for Leandre Franklin.
Impressive, too, getting over a guy of that size defensively in Danny Durden.
And we're tied at 6. Miller fouled on the outside by Franklin. That's his first. Second team foul. Coach Moss is trying to teach the officials the rules. They changed a rule this year that any foul outside the 3-point line inbounds on the baseline, but not with this crew.
Nope.
So Miller with it. Meadows picks up his dribble. Ooh, dangerous pass in the corner to Durden, but he's able to snag it. Out to Thomas. Now he hits it again on the wing. Miller with it at the free throw line. He'll give it up to Meadows on the wing.
Not a lot of off-ball movement right now by this Dragons team.
And a foul as Meadows was driving. And they might get, nope. They're going to whistle that one on Jaron Barnett. And that's his first. 3rd team foul on the Bison. Oh, bad inbounds pass. Miller tried to save it in bounds, but saved it right to a Bison defender. And then down the court for the transition bucket goes Caceres. It's his first bucket. And Dragons trailing by 2, 8-6, 3:41 to play, first quarter. Meadows with it on the outside, gives it up to Thomas, into the lane, little floater is good. Nice move by Wyatt Thomas, and Coach Moss talked last night about how impressed he was with Moss's play, said he was going to earn more time, and we see that here early. Holman with it, gives it up to Caceres, little crossover action, kicks it into the corner, shot on the way, no good, rebound comes down to Jesse, and the outlet pass picked off. And Miller commits a turnover and then the foul. So about 4 turnovers here early for the Dragons.
Yeah, and that's something you can prevent too. Just didn't need to force that pass down the court. There wasn't a fast break opportunity.
No need to force that pass.
There was no numbers you had for you there. It's just the little things you just got to know as a player. You just got to learn that, hopefully going on throughout the season.
Yep. Again, another foul outside the 3-point line, and they don't inbound on the baseline. And so Coach Moss really trying to get one of the officials to recognize that there was a rule change this year.
One of last year's rules, I guess.
Yeah. Thomas picks up his dribble, now gives it up to Davis. It's Corday Hayes with it. Now Back outside to Miller for 3 off the mark. Got to follow your shot. And a scrum for the loose ball. Hayes in there. Along with Thomas. And it's going to be Bison ball by way of the possession arrow.
I'd like to see that tenacity coming out of the Dragons.
Yeah. Wyatt Thomas will take a seat. Durden back into the game for the Dragons. No, maybe not.
Checking in.
You got to check in with the scorer's table. There we go. Procedure. You got to follow the procedure.
Got to follow the rules.
That's right. All right. Inbound pass to Casillas. Caceres, I'm sorry, for North. Shot on the way from Franklin is good for 3. Got to get a hand up in that guy's face.
Yeah.
Pretty open look at it, and Bison lead it by 3, 11-8 over the Dragons, 2:11 to play first quarter. Miller with it. I think he got away with a little bit of a walk there, and somebody else got away with a little bit of a foul there. And they throw it in off the legs of Durden. Save it in, and it should be, it is Bison ball.
Great defensive support by the Shawnee North team there. They're doing a great job rotating and doing help for the teammates when they get blown by the baseline there. This Shawnee Mission North team looks pretty sound defensively so far.
Holman inbounds it to Caceres. Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Dragons trailing by 3, 11-8. Caceres drives baseline, loses it. Kick back out. Now Barnett with it, top of the key. He'll kick it off to Caceres. Driving down the lane, his shot blocked by Durden. Miller with it on the far side. Kicks it up top to Davis. Hayes over to Miller, back to Davis. He's going to put it on the floor, into the lane. Scoop layup blocked, but right into the hands of Miller. His three-pointer off the mark. Rebound comes down to Travion Dyer. And a shot on the way by Brody Cawthorn is good.
Yeah, they're just staying in rotation and closing out against the Shawnee North team, but they're going to try to outpass and try to get these sharpshooters open behind the arc so they can make this lead big.
It's a 6-point lead now for North as they've hit a couple of big three-pointers. Dragons haven't been able to really find the range. They've got 1 3-point bucket, but more than anything, just haven't taken very good care of the basketball as a team. Davis back out top. This is Thomas. Thomas way short on that three-point opportunity. And yep, there's no shot clock now, and North's gonna have the ball. They could hold for last shot here. Leading by 6, under 30 seconds to play first quarter. Dragons gonna try and speed him up a little bit, and there's a timeout by Coach Denton Hayes. He wants to talk it over with his team. I didn't see if it was a full or a 30 or what it was. 30. We'll stay right here.
Well, Shawnee Mission North, I'd argue, looks like just a better team right now. They seem more sound defensively and offensively.
They're executing better, that's for sure.
It's just, I feel like they seem more prepared, let's say. Yep. Pittsburgh, they got a lot more adjustments to make, and if they can make those, I think we're in for a pretty good game here.
Well, they look like a team with 4 returning starters and not a new head coach.
Exactly.
You know, the Dragons, they're learning a new system, and here early in the season, it looks like they're learning a new system, and that's to be expected.
Very. Especially against these tough opponents early on. It's really going to bring out those flaws you have early on. This Joplin last night, it just wasn't very many redeeming qualities that came out.
You know, I joked with Coach last night and even earlier this week in our interview that no patsies here early in the season for you guys, and really when you look at it, not many at all anywhere on the schedule for the Dragons. So
it's a gauntlet, that's for sure.
The league is pretty strong this year, and so it's going to be a learning curve for Pittsburgh High in a pretty tough environment to learn. This is Barnett with it on the wing, being guarded by Miller. Coleman going to take the shot short of the mark. Rebound comes down to Corday Hayes. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Dragons trailing by 6 after 1, 14-8. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
After one quarter, Dragons trailing the Shawnee Mission North Bison 14-8. And there's been some bright spots in that first quarter for the Dragons, but Shawnee Mission North just really doing a better job executing. And defensively, they've come away with some turnovers that for the Dragons, I would say at least half of them were pretty much unforced. But, you know, early season jitters and new system, and I keep harping on that, but it's just the facts. The Dragons are learning a new system. They got a first-year head coach, and they've got a real tough schedule to try and work the kinks out of a new system.
No, they just weren't dealt a favorable hand, to say the least. The schedule, at least.
Meadows inbounds it to Davis, and we're underway here in the second quarter. Durden with it, top of the key, over to Landon Jesse. Miller around to Davis. Into the lane, has to kick it back out. Miller open for three, and he hits it. It looks a lot better when the shots are going down, I'll tell you that. And the Dragons pull within 3, 7:37 to play first half. Caceres breaks through. Nice dish to find an open Brody Cawthorn. He's got 5 points, and the lead is back to 5. Jesse with it. Kicks it over to Meadows. His pass picked off by Cawthorn. Spinning. Caceres with it. Has to pick up his dribble. Back to Harris. Franklin with it, back to Caceres. Turnover by the Bison. Will give it back to the Dragons, trailing by 5.
Dragons did a great job there, staying disciplined defensively that time, not letting them any easy moves get past them to the basket.
Navaratnam gives it up to Davis. Now Miller with it, being guarded by Cawthorn, has it poked away, just trying to do too much with the dribble. And you know that the help's going to come from the backside. You're not going to break down 3 guys with the dribble. And Miller will sit. Wyatt Thomas into the game for the Dragons. Saris inbounding from the baseline over the top. Gets it into
yeah, when you have Danny Durden down right there, it's going to be a pretty hard play to guard.
Yeah. And that one's thrown over the head of Navaratnam out of bounds. And it's the cross-court passes are the bane of coaches. They don't like them, and there's good reason for that. Caceres with it into the middle of the lane. And you can see this Shawnee Mission North team looks like they've played together for quite a bit. They know where each other are going to be on the floor, and it makes your defense that much harder. And it's off the leg of Caceres out of bounds. Dragons get a stop there. Can they come up with some points on the offensive end?
Yeah, this team does definitely just look very synced in together right now. That's for sure.
And they're going to whistle Wyatt Thomas with a walk, or was it on Navaratnam? I can't be for certain.
Yeah.
But just got to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah. Nonetheless, it's a turnover unforced.
This is Dyer with it. His shot no good. Navaratnam comes down with it ahead to Meadows. Nice pump fake. And Malachi Meadows into the scoring column tonight.
Malachi Meadows seemed to mash that pump fake under the basket.
And there's we're going to whistle a pushing foul against Wyatt Thomas as he was trying to force Casares into the backcourt. Man, almost got it done, but drew the ire of the official in the process. I believe that's his first. It is. First team foul on the Dragons here in the second quarter. 5.5 to play. First half, trailing by 5, 18-13. And a foul on the inside as I think that was Dalen Holman. Yep, going to the bucket, was fouled. And he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2. They whistle that on Landon Jesse. I believe that's his first.
Jesse just a step too slow for the help there to make 22, not recover that ball at all and get up with the basket.
Holman's first shot rattles in. That's his first point of the night. And he hits them both. Dalen Holman with 2 points. 7-point lead now for the Bison as they lead it 20-13 here early. Navaratnam able to give it away to Durden. Jesse gave it up to Davis, now gets it back. Now back up top to Navaratnam. Pass to Davis, spinning into the lane. Shot on the way, no good. Battle for the rebound. And Durden had it, but I think he was fouled, and they're going to whistle that one on Holman, excuse me. That's his first.
Davis does such a good job of using his body and his size to punish his guard defender down low and create a layup opportunity.
Lobbed in over the top to Davis. Now Navaratnam with it, top of the key. Driving, kicks out to Meadows, who will drive. Now back out to Davis, thought about a 3. Spinning into the lane, and he's going to be fouled as he spun right into Leandre Franklin, who I don't think Franklin could avoid the contact, and he's going to draw the foul.
He can't avoid contact. That's initiated by Davis. He's, like I just mentioned, really good at using his size and his body to get to the basket.
So Franklin will sit with 2 fouls.
That'll make it easier on Pittsburgh to attack the basket.
That's going to bring in Troy Weineke, 6-foot sophomore, who promptly creates a turnover. Ahead to Holman. His shot is good, even though Durden was doing everything he could to break it up. Jesse with it, far side. Back up top to Davis. Back out to Jesse. Meadows with it in the lane, down low to Durden. Reverse layup is good. Danny Durden into the scorebook. And the lead is back to 7. Casares with it, kicks it over to Barnett. Dribbles in, little 10-footer from the baseline is good.
You can see Meadows trying to shut down that 2-point attempt since they're so good at it, but right there, they're good at the mid-range too. You can't let them get that on you.
Jesse's defender's giving him room, and he's passing up shots. He could shoot that 3. He probably just needs to pull the trigger on it. Davis will try, too strong. Here, rebound comes down to Holman. He's going to handle it up the floor. Now he'll give it up and get it back. Nobody picks him up, and an easy layup for Holman. He's got 6 points, all of them here in this second quarter. And it's an 11-point lead now for Shawnee Mission North. Davis into the lane, kicks over to Meadows, back up top again. Jesse was out of position for a three-pointer, a little bit too deep. What? Navaratnam throws a prayer, and Jesse able to catch it over there on the sideline. Now Navaratnam will take a three, too strong off the rim, comes down to Holman, ahead to Caceres. Dragons better find the ball. Caceres into the lane, kicks it out. Barnett with it. Up top to Harris, down the middle of the lane, easy shot. A little runner from Harris. And it's back to now it's a 13-point lead for Shawnee Mission North. Coach Moss, seen enough, calls a timeout. Was it a full?
I believe so. They're sitting. One team's sitting down, one team's standing.
It's hard to tell.
We're not getting those ref signals, are we?
Signals very well.
I don't think officiating crew is up to date with the rule book. I don't want to say that, but I'm not either. But from what I'm being told, based on out of bounds plays are not being taking place when they're supposed to. And I haven't been told a single time what the timeout is.
All right, 2:53 to play first half. Dragons trailing at 28-15. And we apologize for not having the score up for you. We'll get that rectified as quickly as we can. Hopefully we'll have it for Tuesday night's game against Webb City.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
But right now, if you're a Dragon fan, you don't want to see the score. We're trailing 28-15. Zay Miller gets it over to Davis, who gets it across half court into the corner to Meadows. His shot blocked, and it'll stay with the Dragons. This is last touched by Holman, I believe, who came up with the block there. Davis to inbound, and it's tipped and stolen away by Caceres. And coast to coast goes Caceres.
Just too easy for him right there.
4 points for him. 15-point lead now as it's starting to slip away from the Dragons. Got to come up with something offensively, and not turning the ball over would be a good start. Miller with it out on the wing, looking down low, nowhere to go, gives it up to Meadows, top of the key. Throws it away, intended for Wyatt Thomas. And if you look at these two teams, the guys from Shawnee Mission all seem to know where their teammates are on the floor, and it looks like the Dragons have no clue where their teammates are on the floor. We've seen the ball thrown into the bleachers and into the bench, and woof. And it's just the learning a new system, and there's going to be bumps in the road. And we're seeing that tonight. There's a foul on Caceres as he's driving. See if they get this one on. It's either on Hayes or it's on Thomas, and Thomas picks it up. That's 2, I believe, on Wyatt Thomas. They haven't called a bunch of fouls in this game, though, so just 3 team fouls on the Dragons in this quarter. Holman with it up top. Working against Gabe Cox, who just checked into the game. Sophomore. Good height. That pass deflected, picked off. And that's Troy Weineke who came up with that one.
Feel like a broken record, but turnover issues.
Turnovers, yep. It's just trying to force the ball. I mean, there's black jerseys there.
They just have a hard time creating.
Well, you got opponents who make it hard to create. Navaratnam picks up the blocking foul, trying to get in the way of Holman. Never got his feet set, and that'll send, nope, it's on the floor. But that is the 5th team foul on the Dragons, so from here on out, for the rest of this half, Shawnee Mission North will be going to the free throw line on every foul.
Yep. The coaches, I feel like, have to do a lot of reminding.
And the officials had to be reminded that that was the 5th team foul, and Holman should be going to the line. So it's early in the season for everybody.
Yep.
Holman hits the first free throw.
It's early in the season for us, for the coaches, for the teams, for the
Everybody
referees.
knows it's early in the season for us.
It's early in the season.
Yeah, woof. We ought to have it by early March. We'll get it all put together.
By next
Second
season.
shot is good for Holman. And the lead now 17 is Bison just starting to pull away. And the Dragons just trying to stay in the rear view here. Thomas across half court. He'll drive and is whistled for a travel. And that turns it over again. It's about the third travel call we've seen against the Dragons tonight as well.
Yeah. Just like we said, two very tough opponents early on in this season. I mean, two of the toughest opponents you're going to face all year. And you're getting them at the very beginning of the season. Like we said, learning a new playbook, learning a new scheme. It's just, the cards are stacked against you.
Yeah. Open in the corner is Barnett. He'll take the shot off the mark. Rebound comes down to Corday Hayes. And it's stolen away from Jamarcus Davis because he was looking for someplace to go with it down the court and had it ripped out of his hands. But it will stay with the Dragons.
We're also seeing a lot of Shawnee North players come through free on box outs.
Davis fouled trying to drive. They're going to whistle that one on Weineke as he just basically grabbed him, put his hands on him. And
just shut that down.
Well, I mean, he would have been in position to force Davis to pass it off if he hadn't grabbed him. Hayes with it, middle of the lane, kicks out to Cox, and he's called for a travel. And, yep. Another turnover by the Dragons, probably about the fourth or fifth travel call against them tonight. And that's just being hurried up and out of sync as you start moving your feet before you dribble. And Weineke cutting through the lane, and right there to hit him was Caceres coming along the baseline. And these guys know where each other are going to be. Navarrete for three, off the mark, rebound Weineke. And Caceres down on the other end. He's got 6 points. And 21-point lead now. Under 30 seconds to play first half. Dragons just need to get something positive here before the break. And there's another travel call. This one on Zane Miller. And the Dragons are just so out of sorts that they're traveling with the ball. I mean, you really can't point to anything else other than just being completely out of rhythm because of the defense. Caceres with it, over to Holman, into the corner to Barnett. Cross-court pass to Caceres. Back to Barnett, out to Holman, back to Barnett in the corner. Cross-court to Caceres. He's going to launch a forever three. And off the mark, and that'll do it for the first half. And Dragons trailing at 36-15 at the half to the Shawnee Mission North Bison. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the G&N Bank Halftime Show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At G&N Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. G&N Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High. We're at half of the boys matchup. And at the break, the Shawnee Mission North Bison leading the Dragons 36-15. And pretty much what cost the Dragons last night against Joplin, as you might imagine, are hurting them here tonight against the Bison because there's less than 24 hours between these two games. No chance to practice or do much of anything to correct any issues you might have had from last night. And then the Dragons are going to have to re-rack it. Just one opportunity to practice next week before they host Webb City. And that's going to be a tough matchup as well. And so the Dragons need to just kind of survive. You're in survival mode this early season run here. And then really just an opportunity for one or two practices before they hit the road and go out to Wichita for the Trinity Academy tournament. And they'll have 3 games in 3 days there, and maybe have an opportunity for one more practice, maybe 2, before they hit the road and go to Coffeyville, which is a team that's kind of given the Dragons trouble in the past. And the SEK League is going to be pretty tough this year, but Coffeyville's pretty good. But Independence and Fort Scott are really the teams to watch out for in the SEK. Chanute's going to be pretty good this year. Don't know what we're going to get out of Lebec County, but Parsons usually a pretty good team year in, year out. And so it just doesn't get much easier for the Dragons down the stretch here. But at the break, they're trailing 36-15. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the scoring totals for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Shawnee Mission North Bison, they're led in scoring by Dalen Holman. He's got 8. And then Alex Caceres and Leandre Franklin, 6 points each. Jerron Barnett and Troy Weineke, 5 points each. And Josiah Harris and Travion Dyer with a bucket each to round out the scoring for the Bison. For the Dragons, not much to talk about in that first half, just 15 points in the half. And they're led in scoring by Landon Jesse. He has 6 points on 2 3-point buckets, both of those coming in the first quarter, and passed up some shots in the second quarter. And the Dragons just really struggled to find points anytime at all in that first half. Zane Miller with 3, and then Wyatt Thomas, Malachi Meadows, and Danny Durden with a bucket each to round out the scoring for the Dragons. I don't know who's on the sound system tonight, but they're all like songs that you might have heard at my high school prom. It's really weird.
It's groovy.
Yeah, we got MC Hammer's Too Legit to Quit going right now, and hopefully the Dragons don't quit on this one. They're going to need to make up some ground in that second half as they trail at 36-15 at the break. We'll step away for a break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Pittsburg High at the half. Dragons trailing the Shawnee Mission North Bison 36-15 in a game that the Dragons just kind of seemed out of sync the entire time. And Shawnee Mission looks like a well-oiled machine. And again, we keep saying it. Yeah, they'll go right off the edge there. We're going to lose our whole table. We'll keep saying it, but, you know, Dragons first-year head coach, new system, and it's a lot to pick up and a lot to learn, and not much time to learn it.
Very little time to learn it.
In Kansas, you have less time to practice. Not that Shawnee Mission North has had any more time, but their coach, not a first-year head coach. They got 4 out of 5 returning starters. And so these guys have played with each other. They're experienced. They know where each other are going to be on the floor all the time. And the Dragons just look a bit confused and out of sync offensively. And that's pretty much the story of the game up to this point. Dragons trailing it by 16. No, more than that. Trailing by 21. Math is hard.
Numbers.
Maths. And so a lot of ground to make up here for the Dragons, and it's going to be a steep hill to climb against this defense that the Bison are putting out on the floor here.
This Bison defense, I'd argue, is even better than the job on defense we saw last night, and that was a pretty darn good defense in itself. So
yeah, these guys give Joplin a run for sure.
I don't know what adjustments you can make.
Yep.
But you know, I'm sure he's got some up his sleeve. We're going to try to see a different change, different look out there. Hopefully it'll reflect a little better at the scoreboard this time around.
Bison with the ball to start the second half. Caceres had it on the inbound. Now here he goes down the lane. Nobody picks him up. And off the glass and good for Caceres.
And Caceres has done that all night already. He's really good at attacking the basket and driving hard into the bank.
Nobody's stepping in there and taking the contact to stop him. And he's managed to avoid the Durden's shot blocking. That one deflected. It'll stay with the Dragons. But a lot of Dragons tend to, and last night as well, just dribble into trouble and then make some wild pass out of it. And that's really cost them the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, ball security is definitely a highlighted issue throughout the whole basketball program, it feels like. But, again, you expect that with the
early in the
scenario at
season,
hand.
yeah. I mean, 2 first-year head coaches, you're going to have turnovers is going to be part of it. But the Dragon girls have been able to execute on the offensive end just enough. And the boys, not so much. That one tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Dragons. I'm glad Meadows didn't dive for it there and just let it go. Pittsburgh ball, 7:20 to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing 38-15. Pass into Durden. And Davis can't handle the pass. Stolen away. Another turnover. Caceres with it. Kicks it over. Back up to the top to Holman. He'll drive down the lane, and he's fouled by Davis. And Davis just might be a little bit of frustration. It's like, okay, enough of that. And hacked Holman's arms as he was going down the lane. And that'll send Holman, the leading scorer for Shawnee Mission North, to the line. He's 4 for 4 from the stripe tonight. Make that 5 for 5.
Yeah, this whole team does a really good job of just running in transition and using that momentum all 94 feet into the basket. And it's really hard as a defender to get in front of that and stop him down the free throw line.
Holman's second shot on the way is good. He's got 10 points. And it's a 25-point lead now for the Bison. Jesse throws it away and poked away by Haveratnam in transition, but it will stay with Shawnee Mission North. And now Thomas, Miller, Hayes, and Cox check into the game. Durden, Navaratnam, Davis, and Jesse will sit. So a line change. Everybody but Malachi Meadows for the Dragons. Pass down low. Holman, nobody picked him up. Easy layup. He's got 12. (42-15) is the lead for Shawnee Mission North. 6:39 to play, third quarter. Meadows drives, cut off, needs help, gets it out to Cox. Bounce pass down low to Hayes. Back out to Cox. He puts it on the floor now. Thomas has it poked away. It'll stay with the Dragons. Last touched by Josiah Harris of Shawnee Mission North. Zane Holt inbound. Over the top, gets it into Thomas. Thomas fouled by Harris, who tangled up with him and then tried to get out of the way as Thomas went to the ground. And I think the call was correct, but a little bit late.
Yeah, doing a good job of going into the defender that's kind of trying to go into him almost, not letting him get to the basket, trying to make him go, lateral instead of vertical.
And
so
quite obviously at a full sprint, so not with his feet set or anything like that.
Yeah, good job by him to recognize that.
Miller
draw a foul.
Gets it in over the top to Cox. Now back to Miller from the corner for 3. No good. Rebound tipped around, comes down to Holman. And Holman will handle it up the floor for North. He'll give it up to Barnett for 3 is good. Wyatt Thomas with the ball. Cut off by Harris to Meadows. Now back up top to Miller. Has it ripped away, but they're going to whistle a foul. I don't know if it's on the block or on the reach. We'll wait and see. And they're going to whistle that one on Leandre Franklin. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, just 2 very aggressive defenders in the front court and the back court for this Shawnee North team, and you're going to see fouls pretty often.
Hayes will sit. Durden back into the game. Miller's shot blocked. Quickly back the other way. Caceres, he's fouled by Miller. And he'll head to the line to shoot 2. I think that's 2 on Miller. Second team foul on the Dragons. Caceres hits the first, misses the second. Battle for the rebound. Durden stepped on the end line. It'll stay with the Bison.
Well, Josh, when the game's the state it is right now, we still got 8 plus 6, and 14 minutes left of play. Ooh.
Oh. Danny Durden went airborne, then landed on the top of Holman, who gladly is okay. No worse for wear.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I think Coach Moss is just hoping to see this team just, it's 15, 14 more minutes of game time, treat it like a practice, try to get that scheme figured out.
Harris drives to the bucket, makes it over Durden, who was going for the block. No foul, which is good news for the Dragons. Meadows had it poked away, but able to chase it down. And then a cross-court pass intended for Cox that goes into the crowd. And we've seen quite a bit of that from the Dragons.
Yeah, just yet again, the chemistry is just out of sync. Hoping these next 14 minutes they can try to iron that out a little bit and get in preparation for Web City Tuesday.
Well, it's a 33-point lead for North as that one thrown into traffic and then thrown away. North gets it right back. Harris with it, kicks it outside. Shot on the way from Franklin is good for 3. 51-15. The Dragons have not scored since halftime. 4:48 left to play, third quarter. Almost threw it away again. Cox on the baseline. He throws it away. And coming back the other way is Harris. His shot no good. Malachi Meadows able to battle for the rebound. And Thomas with it has it poked away as he tries to dribble through a double team. And an easy layup for Leandre Franklin. And we're in blowout territory here. We may have been for a while. Durden trying to dribble between the legs. He loses it. And it's ahead to Holman now for North. And he's fouled under the bucket by Wyatt Thomas. And then the Dragons, just their body language says it all. They're frustrated and maybe lost some concentration here of what they're trying to do, both offensively and defensively, as North is
yeah, I think at this point in the game you're just trying to see.
Here comes another line change.
You're just trying to hope to see you guys, not give up in the game.
Right.
Stay out there and finish it. Wait until the clock hits 0. Give it all you got. You still got a long season ahead of you. Don't let this discourage you.
Yep. But you got to get something positive out of this one, and it's right now it's hard to see. Outside, this is Harris driving into the lane and missed the layup. Corday Hayes comes away with it for the Dragons. He'll pass ahead to Durden into the lane to Navaratnam, but he was out of control, but the foul is called after the contact. And they're going to whistle that one on Travion Dyer. I believe that's his first. It is.
Well, we saw it a lot last night. The Dragons do a great job of driving into contact down the paint, in the paint, and trying to force fouls.
Navaratnam's first free throw is good.
It's good to see that they're at least abiding by that still and trying to create chances.
That is the Dragons' first point of the second half. Second one off the back iron. Durden trying to chase down the rebound and scrum for it. Danny comes away with it. Driving baseline, loses it, gets it back, and then he's fouled on the shot attempt by Caceres, I believe. Yep. And that's his first foul. And he's been on the floor a lot. So.
Well, this Shawnee North team's very well disciplined too. They don't get in foul trouble too much. Their guards.
Yeah, they got one guy with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
It's Franklin.
And they've forced a lot of turnovers. So that conversion rate's pretty successful for Shawnee North.
Durden hits the first free throw. 53-17 is the score right now, and we're going to get a lot of young guys in here right now for Shawnee Mission North, and I'm going to have to really write in some names in this book. Durden hits them both. 2 for 2 from the line. He's got 4 points tonight. 53-18 is your score. 3:48 to play, third quarter. This is Troy Weineke with it. Gives it up to Travion Dyer. Dyer with it, back to Weineke. Going to try the three, and of course he hits it. It's that kind of night.
Yeah. No kidding.
3-point shot, hand in your face. Nailed it. 56-18 is the score. Landon Jesse going to try a long three. No good. Rebound comes down to Shawnee Mission North. Bad outlet pass. Couple young guys.
Well, I like
that was Peter Schulwitz with the rebound and tried to get it to Weineke on the outlet and missed the mark.
I like to see Jesse shooting the ball, man. We saw him shoot 2 banger threes to start the game. And since then, that's the first shot we've seen him take.
Corday Hayes gets it up top to Navaratnam. Behind the back, now gives it up to Cox. Jamarcus Davis with it now on the far wing. Working against Weineke. Nope. Shot partially blocked. As that they're timing that spin move pretty well are the Bison. Quickly down the floor. And they beat the Dragons down the floor, and Weineke with the layup. He's got 7 points, and it's a 40-point lead now. Another miss by Navaratnam. Quickly back the other way is Harris. Got to get him stopped, and Navaratnam fouls him on the shot attempt. Harris at the line. First shot on the way, rattles in and out.
Well, what I have noticed is Coach Moss, every time a player comes out, he seems to pull him aside and try to use it as a coaching moment, you know, as he shows the coach. But almost in a practice setting, he pulls them aside, tells them what they did wrong, what he wants them to do, what he expects from them, what they did right. So you'd like to see that coming out of them, especially in the games in this kind of scenario, trying to iron out more of those kinks.
Harris hits the second shot, and he will sit. Into the game is E.J. Ishia Jr. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Grayson Knopp, 6'1" senior. So some length into the game there for Shawnee Mission North. I'm sorry, that's Logan McConaughey. I'm like, he's not 6'1". He's a 6'7" junior. Quickly back the other way is Dyer. His shot won't go. Battle for the rebound and the loose ball. Cox hits the floor, getting after it, but it's going to stay with the Bison. And another mass substitution as Miller and Meadows check into the game along with Wyatt Thomas and Landon Jesse. Shot on the way, no good, in and out, tipped around. Thomas comes away with the rebound. As a shot by Dyer was no good. Now they'll kick it out. Meadows, Cox in the corner, up top to Thomas on the wing. Being guarded by a much taller player. But Thomas into the lane, gets the shot to fall. And that's the first field goal of the second half for the Dragons. Comes with 1:19 to play, third quarter. Weineke, shot from the corner. That's Peter Schulwitz, 5'10" senior. Couldn't get it to fall. Dragons come away with it. Timeout. Coach Moss wants to talk it over with his team. 1:04 to play, third quarter. Dragons trailing it by 39, 59-20. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Minute 4 left to play, third quarter. Dragons way back from the Shawnee Mission North Bison. They trail at 59-20. And a lot of younger guys in the game. We'll get it into Wyatt Thomas in the backcourt. Now Zane Miller with it on the wing. Into the corner to Cox. Up top to Thomas. Now Meadows with it way up top. He's going to drive, kicks out. Cox with a three-point shot on the way. Off the iron, no good. Long pass ahead to Weineke, and he's clobbered by Cox under the bucket. And Troy Weineke will head to the line. Gabe Cox, I think that's his second. We'll wait and see. Nope, it's his first foul.
Well, you'd like to see the effort trying to make up for those three-point shot.
Don't give up on it.
The full length of the court to go make up for that play.
Weineke's first shot is good.
But for this Shawnee North team, I haven't seen a player that can't confidently score the ball whenever they want.
He hits both free throws. 41-point lead now for Shawnee Mission North. It's getting ugly. And there's still a quarter of basketball to play. Wyatt Thomas with it, gives it up to Zane Miller, free throw line. Just basically hands it to a defender. And Shawnee Mission North with it again. You don't leave your feet to pass, and that's a good indicator of why right there. As he left his feet, there was nowhere to go with it. And just basically had to let it go to avoid a travel, and it was going to be a turnover either way. Cawthorn with it. Kicks it out, shot on the way. No good by Weineke. And Thomas heaves it from the half court, no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Dragons trailing it by 41, 61-20. We'll step away for a break. We'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
One quarter left to play, but it's pretty much a decided affair as the Dragons are going to have to make up a 41-point deficit. They want to come out of here with a win tonight, and I don't know the stats. I don't have ESPN's research department, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that almost never happens. The team is down by 41 at the beginning of the fourth quarter and comes back to win, much less make it interesting.
If you're Pittsburgh, you have to score 5 points each minute without allowing a single point.
Right.
To come back. No,
And
6 points.
The Dragons scored 5 points the entire third quarter. So they're going to need to significantly increase that output in order to come back here tonight. But you want to see effort. You want to see execution and good shots for the Dragons. And this is not it's an academic thing now, but you want to still see improvement and effort. Davis down the lane, gives it up to Durden. He probably would have been better off to take that shot. There's no shot blocker on the floor. Well, I guess Holman's out there, but was out of position. Spinning into the lane goes Davis. His shot blocked from behind by Caceres. Caceres will get it back off the glass and good.
And the craziest thing about that, I would argue that was our best offensive possession of the night, movement-wise. I thought we were getting guys' chances open. We're swinging the ball really well right now. Just even then, we just couldn't even end up with a shot.
Davis thought about a three, gives it up to Corday Hayes. Now in the corner, Miller will pull the trigger, in and out, no good. And rebound comes down to Leandre Franklin, and he will handle it up the floor for Shawnee Mission North. And Dragons look to have switched maybe to a zone here.
2-3 zone, yeah.
Yeah.
But right there, got beat by one pass down low, which is what it's designed not to do. So we're hoping.
Entry pass down low from Holman. Now Caceres will take a three.
There it is.
Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Durden. And the outlet pass ahead to Navaratnam was dangerous, but he comes away with it. Cross court to Hayes, into the corner to Miller, and he walked with it. Holman inbound for North. Gets it into Caceres, who will walk it up the floor. If you're North, I mean, you want to run your offense, you want to see improvement, but you don't really have to do much of anything here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you get a chance to test out your
Most
zone
importantly,
offense.
you want to take a lot of time off the clock because they don't really there. You take a shot with 15 seconds left on the shot clock, and then Caceres commits a foul on the rebound. That's his second, I believe. The scoreboard.
They've kind of just given up on that
yeah,
too.
kind of given up on that. So, yeah. Durden with it, top of the key, gives it up to Hayes. Now back to Miller. He'll take a three, short of the mark, off the front iron. Rebound Holman. He'll carry it up the floor. Being harassed by Hayes, goes straight to the rack. Almost, I mean, should have gone down, but didn't. And an outlet pass intended for Navaratnam, tipped away by a defender. And the only reason it wasn't turnover is that Caceres and Jerron Barnett collided out there, and neither one of them could get to the ball. Holman will take a seat. Harris back into the game for North. Navaratnam with it, up top to Durden. Hayes with it, up top to Davis. And he gets run into by Franklin, but pretty much lost the ball before that happened, so it's a good thing that the whistle happened for the Dragons. Miller inbounds it to Durden, going to work down low. He's fouled.
Oh.
And
they called on the floor.
Yeah. He's going to go against Grayson Knopp.
I'll say I think Danny Durden does do a pretty solid job of roaming under the basket down on that 15-foot radius.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not sure that he gets the ball enough down there, but
when they can find him, I think good things happen.
Shift change for North. I'm going to try and keep up with it as much as I can. That pass intended for Miller, off his hands, out of bounds. Turned over by the Dragons.
That's how it's going all night. It's just those little things.
And there's a turnover. Navaratnam comes away with it, and the layup is good for Caden. That's his first field goal of the night. He's got 3 points. And that cuts the lead back down to 41. Harris with it out on the perimeter. I'm going to have to learn some new names here. Ty Wright on the floor. He had it, lost it. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bison. Schulwitz to inbound from the baseline for Shawnee Mission North. Over the top, gets it into Logan McConaughey. His shot no good. Dragons with the rebound. Outlet pass to Miller a little bit off the mark. He had to wait for it to get there, and it killed that break. Harris with it, or Davis with it, excuse me, on the far side, or on the near side. Whew. And he's fouled on the shot attempt as he was driving to the bucket. And Jamarcus still getting after it.
And Jamarcus, yet again, he didn't let his foot off the gas pedal. We saw in football, he's always going to run until the time hits zero, but that shot's not going to make it into the hoop when a 6'7" guy is going up there to block it. Luckily, not luckily, but what he does, he creates contact and drew a foul.
They whistle Schulwitz with the foul. It's his first. Zane Miller and Durden will sit. Cox and landed Jesse in the game for the Dragons. So it's Davis, Meadows, Cox, Hayes, and Jesse in the game right now for Pittsburg High. McConaughey going to try another three, in and out. It's weird that a guy who's 6'7" doesn't play under the bucket.
Yeah, they're utilizing him differently than most would. Substitution timeout.
Harris will sit. He earns a little hand from the smattering of North fans who made it down here tonight. Today, this afternoon, this morning, whatever it is. Jesse with it on the wing, gets it to Meadows, far side, up top, Wyatt Thomas. And his pass is behind a cutting Meadows, and turnover Dragons. Schulwitz bringing it up the floor. Kicks it over to Cam Redding. His shot no good. Landon Jesse with the rebound, ahead to Wyatt Thomas. Thomas into the lane, hits the brakes, kicks it back out to Jesse, who was standing 8 feet beyond the three-point line, so he didn't have a shot. And Meadows with it. Now back up top to Jesse. He's going to pull the trigger from 8 feet beyond the three-point line. Shot no good. McConaughey with the rebound. They'll push it ahead. This is Ty Wright with it. Loses it back to the Dragons. Meadows with it. McConaughey trailing, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. And Meadows will head to the line to shoot two.
Malachi Meadows, he does a great job running out in transition when he gets the opportunity to. And he either finds a way to put the ball in the hole or go to the line. I don't think there's been a time where he's had the ball in the basket in transition and he hasn't resulted in a scoring opportunity.
Man, they've got the running clock here, so likely this will be the last two shots of the game here. Meadows hits the first. And he had 14 points last night, but tonight held to just 3, trying to make it 4 right here. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound battled for by Cox, but can't hang on to it. A lot of contact and battling for the ball. It's going to stay with the Bison. McConaughey to inbound, and they're going to look to push up the floor. Dragons better stay awake offensively. Nope, they're going to take a foot off the gas. Call up the Dogs. And that's your ball game. Shawnee Mission North comes down to Pittsburg. They take care of business in dramatic fashion and send the Dragons into next week with a 63-23 loss. And the Dragons back in action on Tuesday night as they welcome in Webb City, and lots of things to address between now and then, and not much time to do it. Maybe if they practice on a Sunday, I doubt they will. You're going to have a Monday practice and then right back into action Tuesday night against Webb City. So a lot of these players probably just going to have to, these guys, who knows, but you got to look at yourself in the mirror and try to correct some of the decisions. And again, we talked about it during the girls' game. A lot of them are just split-second decisions, and they're just not making the right decision as far as passing the basketball. And guys are zigging when their teammate thinks they're going to zag, and, you know, early season stuff. But at some point in time, you know, you got to get it corrected. And right now, here's head coach Jesse Moss of the Purple Dragons. And Coach, thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Of course.
What do you say about a 40-point loss? It's one you guys just going to try and flush and move on to the next one. But what are your impressions of tonight's matchup with Shawnee Mission North?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just flushing it, no. I think there's a ton of things that we're going to be able to take from this film tonight, from this game. I mean, there's just so many things that, you know, throughout the course of a basketball game, some things you do well, some things you need to work on. But in terms of flushing it, no, we're going to definitely learn from this. And honestly, I'm looking forward to watching the film when I get home and think that this is definitely a game that's going to make us a lot better in the future.
Yeah, and not much time. You know, you guys have just one practice before Webb City's coming in here Tuesday night. So it's kind of a murderer's row to start out the season
Yeah.
this year, and in the quick succession of these games, it doesn't give you a lot of time as a coaching staff to correct or tweak or do much of anything.
Yeah, no, and honestly, one of the things that, I kind of enjoy about, having this gauntlet of a first 3 games is you get to see who on your team is really about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we have the guys that are up for the task, and definitely throughout this game this afternoon, there were times where I thought we looked tired or weren't giving full effort, but that can also be attributed to we just played really, really hard last night for 32 minutes. So that's tough to do anytime you're on a back-to-back, especially when you're playing against teams that are bigger, stronger, more athletic. You gotta fight and claw for everything you can get in those games.
And you said last night, after the Joplin game, that this is a Kansas City school, and they were going to come in and play a very physical, aggressive type of defense, much like what Joplin played last night, and that's what came to fruition here tonight. Have you had a chance to look at anything, any Webb City tape, to know what they like to do, what their tendencies are?
So all these teams that we play our first 3 games, we are their first game. So there's not a whole lot of tape out.
Yeah.
So we took the approach last night, and I know a few of the guys from Shawnee Mission North just through the AAU circuit. But we're going to take the approach for these first 3 games. It's all about us. We're not really going to dive too much into scout. In terms of personnel, we may do a couple things just personnel-based, like what guys like to do, just because these guys know each other and I know the Kansas City schools. So it's going to be all about us and the things that we need to do to improve, to move forward. Like I told the guys, our goals are going to be intact as long as we win league games and give ourselves a chance to win 2 games when it matters in March. So all these things are really good for us, and we're just, like I said yesterday, super blessed to be able to play this game.
All right, Coach, I know you just came right up here. You haven't had a chance to talk to your team much yet, so we're not going to hold you hostage.
Yeah, no
and
worries.
Appreciate you coming up and talking to us.
Of course.
We'll see you Tuesday night. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. God bless.
All right, that's head coach Jesse Moss of the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons. They fall tonight. What was the final score? I think it was 62-41 or 61-40, something like that. It was a 41-point loss to the Shawnee Mission North Bison, and you could hear the coach talk about it. He's a very positive, forward-looking guy, and that's going to be what this team needs to keep their head up after this one. And just man, 3 games in just such quick succession for this team against 3 really tough opponents. And, to go 0-3 in this stretch is not surprising for these Dragon boys. And if you're a Dragon fan, don't get your head down too much about this one, and just realize that we want to be playing really good basketball when the league schedule starts, and there's going to be quite a bit of basketball between now and then. We've got the entire Trinity tournament coming up next week, and then the Dragons that following Tuesday. I have it written down here somewhere. It's the 16th of December. They're on the road at Coffeyville Field Kinley for the first SEK League game. And I'll tell you what, though, Michael, after that football schedule, driving to Coffeyville doesn't seem so bad. Just a mere hour 15 away, no problem. Yeah, that's do that drive, in my sleep. Not in my sleep. Nobody should do that. But it's not as bad of a trip as a lot of the ones we made in football. And Dragons hopefully can get some things corrected. It really is just the turnovers. If they can cut at half of those turnovers out in a game against an SEK opponent, there's a real good chance they come out of it with a win. And so that's really what we're looking for, is them to develop a little bit of chemistry that here early in the season has been hard to come by. But you think that, in the few more practices under the belt, a few more games, they might get a little bit more comfortable with each other, a little bit more comfortable with the system. And then, like you said, you're evaluating effort at this point. You're evaluating fight and tenacity and stick-to-itiveness and whatever you want to call it. But we're hoping that the Dragons can turn it around and make some improvements here in the next week or two, heading into league play. All these preseason tournaments, you want to win every game you play because these kids are competitors, but in the greater scheme of things, they don't count for a whole heck of a lot. It goes on your win-loss record, sure, and that might mean something for sub-state seeding, but you want to win your league. You want to beat the schools around here, and Dragons still in a position to be one of the more athletic and physical teams in the SEK League, and that's what we're hoping to see coming down the stretch. Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, let's step away for a quick break. We'll be back to put a bow on this one from here in Pittsburgh. You've been watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at bigironauctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh High. Dragons drop a lopsided 40-point loss to the Shawnee Mission North Bison. And you heard Coach Moss in his interview, a lot to work on. But he thinks he's got the guys to make a run in the SEK League. And heading into Sub-State, we certainly hope so. But a lot of basketball to take place before the Dragons start their league schedule. We've got Webb City Tuesday night here in Pittsburgh. Girls game tips at 6. Boys game to follow. Our pregame coverage of the girls game will start at 5:30. And boys game to follow that. And then later on in the week, Thursday the 11th, Dragons on the road at Trinity Academy in Wichita for the Trinity Academy tournament. They'll play 3 games out there on the 11th, 12th, and 13th. And that's Sunday the 13th, not Friday, so don't worry about that. But they'll play Wamego.
That's the last thing his team needs.
Yeah, Wamego from up around the Topeka area, Cimarron from practically Colorado, and Trinity Academy, the host school. So those will be the 3 games that the Dragons will play out there at the Trinity tournament. So that game will finish up, or that tournament will finish up on Saturday, I believe the 13th. And then the Dragons back in action the following Tuesday. So 1 practice after that tournament, and then they travel to Coffeyville to take on the Golden Tornado of Field Kinley High School. And then back in action again Friday. I don't have that one written down, but I believe are home on
so too.
Friday. Anyway, so 3 games coming up, or 4 games coming up next week. So 4 games in 5 days, 4 games in 6 days for the Dragons next week, and then Coffeyville on the road to kick off that SEK League schedule. We'll have all the home and away action for you this year on Pittsburgh Sports Live, and we look forward to bringing to you this season. rough one tonight for the Dragons, but a lot to learn and a lot to evaluate and assess moving forward. Not much time to make corrections before Webb City on Tuesday night, but the world won't wait for you. We're going to re-rack it and do it again Tuesday night. We'll have pregame for you at 5:30. Tip-off of the women's game at 6, men's game to follow directly after that. And then again Thursday night out in Wichita for some tournament action out there as well. But that's going to do it for us from here at Pittsburg High. Dragon girls win, Dragon boys lose. And we're back in action Tuesday night against Webb City. But for Michael Kissel, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hard court, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.